Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I will be your friendly, Star Master tonight. Because tonight we are going to be creating characters and then causing problems for said characters in Paizo Publishing's incredible science fantasy RPG, Starfinder. Mine has got a weird backwards cover, but this is the discount version. With me tonight are the soon-to-be stars of our ongoing campaign. We are kicking off the Attack of the Swarm adventure path that it was published, I believe, in 2020? Let's see here, 2020 or 2019? Is this pre or post End of the World? Let's see. This was published. Where's the copyright thing in here? I guess it doesn't really matter.
Usually it's all the way all the way last thing at the bottom of their products.
Oh, it's at the end of their product?
On the mast. Yeah, it's like, no, it's on the first page, it's all the way at the bottom.
First, yeah, it's what I thought.
Not there.
They've got it for the address for Paizo, but, well, anyway, it doesn't really matter. With me tonight, as are the stars of the soon-to-be ongoing Attack of the Swarm campaign. We're kicking things off with the first module, the Fate of the 5th, referring, of course, to the 5th Battalion of the Susquehanna Defense Force, the SDF. Regular, I guess, anyone joining us who is a Robotech fan, yes, I'd like you, every time we'll hear SDF, we'll be thinking of a giant super-dimensional fortress, but we're just going to have to live with that, because I'm not changing the name of it in the adventure. With me tonight are the stars of the campaign, and we have some ideas for some people who are going to be playing, what they're going to be playing, but we're going to be meeting all of our, the members of what will be soon known as Midnight Squad. I'll go the order I've got you guys on the screen here. Why don't you tell us who you are and what familiarity you've got with Starfinder. First up, we've got Jeffrey.
Hey everybody, I'm Jeff, and as per usual with my familiarity with this game, you can see all my history of playing it here on our channel.
Sure. Next up is George.
Hey, I'm George. I played quite a bit of Starfinder when it first came out for a year or so, and then just played it here and there since then. So I'm excited to jump back into it.
Excellent. And next up is our resident armorsmith, Dave. Oh, Dave, you're muted. Or dropped out of...
No, he's just muted.
Oh, he's just muted?
Hey,
okay.
everybody. Sorry, I was muted. Furnace kicked in, and I thought it was kind of noisy. I played a couple of sessions of Starfinder outside of playing on this channel, so not much different than Jeff.
Very nice. Next up is Carl.
Hello, I'm Carl. I play Starfinder a lot.
You played through almost the entire Dead Suns, right?
We played all Dead Suns, and I'm running Horizons of the Vast.
Oh, nice.
I have not looked at the Swarm one, which is pretty cool.
Awesome.
I'm actually not a subscriber for Starfinder, surprisrisingly. I subscribe to all other Paizo stuff. So
next month is where, actually next 2 months is where they're having some of their, the 2 boxes for Alien Archive and the box for the box of magic cards are coming out. So, if you are inclined to hop on for it, discount.
I collect the Starfinder stuff, but I'm surprised I'm not subscribed.
Yeah.
But I just get it when I think it's a cool looking cover.
It's all worked out nicely for us that you have not seen this yet. Last, but certainly not least, is John.
Hey everyone, I am John, and I have played all my Starfinder on this channel, all 3 episodes.
All 3 episodes, nice. And George is as much of an OCD person as I am.
Yeah.
So 2019, so pre-end of world. Nice. All right, so then, guys, we talked a little bit so far on the Discord server about what you're going to be playing and where this campaign kicks off. The whole campaign, or at least the campaign, starts on a world called Susquehanna. And Susquehanna, for your characters are, I'm assuming, primarily from Susquehanna, or you are mercenaries who have showed up to try and join in. Susquehanna is located in the Vast, so it is sort of far away from, both the Veskarium and the Pact worlds, the 2 kind of default settings for this. And this, for any one of the, 300 years that you've come to Suskalon, the 319 years since the gap, this is what you would expect to see when you came to Suskalon. It is a high-tech world. It has reached, not only after the gap, reached a level of technology to be able to even colonize one of the other planets in its system. Suskalon is the 5th planet in its system. It is about Earth gravity. It's about the days last 26 hours, and the year lasts 298 days, so a little longer than Earth normal. Atmosphere is breathable, and the biggest population on Suskalon, the population of Suskaloners, are humans, which is followed very not close, but there's a sizable Shirin population here as well too. The what do you call it? Insectoid folk that populate much of the rest of the or parts of the Pact worlds as well. In addition to that, because of its location, sort of equidistant between the Veskarium and the Pact worlds, Suskalon has seen a huge amount of traffic, and it's really seen 200 years of boom, over the last little while. That was until 6 months ago. Now, if you were to walk the streets of Suskalon, particularly, or any of the cities in Suskalon, those located in the southern continent of Alapu Minor, this is more of what you would see. Now, one of the unusual climatic conditions that Suskalon experiences is extremes in the summertime, extremes in the wintertime. In the wintertime, they call them the dead winters, and they have a saying for the sudden and unexpected snowstorms that can come during that period called Whitehawks. And anyone who is a Suskaloner will have learned from a harsh childhood to keep an eye out for that. Weather-wise, the temperature can dip down from, in the winter times, particularly in a dead winter, 25 degrees Fahrenheit during the day, which is -4 Celsius, down to usually 0 degrees Fahrenheit, which is -17 degrees Celsius. But that can even dip down further, getting into the -20 Fahrenheit, which is around -25 or 27 Celsius. So it can get quite cold. Actually, that's cold, and that's -30. It's life-threatening cold. Fortunately, with the high technology, Suskalon enjoys the same level of technology that you experience in every other every other kind of society in Pathfinder. I mentioned that 6 months ago is when things changed. That was when the swarm came to Suskalon. They landed, breaching the orbital defenses at a place called the Stone Sea, a dead volcano located in the middle of a lake on which a bunch of basaltic rocks or something like that, or something was floating on the surface of that.
Pumice rocks.
Pumice rocks, thank you. And
that was really cool, and I wanted to go there, but then I found out,
Yeah, unfortunately, the unit that was able to respond in time to buy time for others to try and build a defense is the 5th Battalion. And the 5th Battalion was in the first bunch of the fight with the swarm. Since that time, if you were to look at the start of our, the film version of our campaign, we're seeing newscasts that have the red line where the swarm is in Alapu Minor, and we're seeing it spread more and more and more across all of Alapu, to the point where not only is Suskalon pressing as many available Suskaloners into service in the SDF, the Suskalon Defense Force, to try and push the swarm back. They've also seen mercenaries and other sort of troubleshooters from both the Veskarium and from the Pact Worlds arrive and try and join up. The heroes we'll be meeting, that you'll be creating momentarily, will be the newest recruits into the 5th Battalion as members of the SDF, taking up arms against the oncoming swarm. Before our session, I sent each of you guys some rumors. I'm going to ask that you guys sit on those until we get into play. But do try and, you can paraphrase them as well too, guys. You can feel free. You don't need to read them off. You can describe them however you think will be appropriate for your character. We have had before we talked a little bit about what might interest the players to play in this, and we've got a couple of people who have talked about what type of species and class and theme mix they are thinking of playing. Who has one and who would like to tell the other players? Well, I guess before we do that, one thing I mentioned that Jeff pointed out as well, for this campaign, you're going to be wanting to bear in mind that you're working as a team. So this is a combat-heavy adventure and campaign, but a diverse mix of skills, particularly those that are useful on a starship, would be good. So having, a well-rounded squad, as it were, would be a very helpful thing for achieving success. So, anyway, with that said, John, you had your hand up. You want to tell us about who you'd like to play tonight?
Yes. Well, the what is firmly in place. The developing character will come along as we gel the team together. But I am going to be playing a biohacker, which is fairly fun. You get all sorts of inhibitors or boosters that you can inject into enemies or your allies to help or hinder them. They're pretty good with injector weapons, of course. So not much of a spellcaster, but they're really good healers that aren't spellcasters.
Awesome.
And I will be playing.
That's what I need to know.
No. I can make you feel big though. And the race is going to be a Sharon, which is a remnant of the swarm that broke away hundreds of years ago because of a genetic mutation. And they are residents of this particular planet. And I think his main motivation is he's trying to discover what that mutation was so that he can help the army out some way. Okay. But he's a battle medic. He's going to be trying to keep people alive. That's his role.
Very cool. Okay. Who else has an idea of who they want to play?
I have an idea, I think.
Yeah, who are you going to play?
So I've never played a Solarian. I'd like to, or even had someone play it in a campaign. So I'd like to tackle playing a Solarian.
For those who aren't familiar with what a Solarian is, why don't you tell us what that is?
So I think they're kind of like the Starfinder equivalent of a Jedi. They use both solar and black hole powers, and it kind of goes back and forth. That's the way I see them.
Yep.
So,
yep, it is. That's exactly, I think, what it...
They're like melee fighters, but charisma is important. Maybe a paladin, I guess, in a way too, right? So,
yeah, they draw on like the fundamental forces of gravity and stellar energy. It's pretty cool stuff. I'm glad to hear that you were. And do you have a species in mind?
I was debating whether to play a serious or not serious species. If you guys would prefer serious, I'll play a Vesk.
I can tell you that the tone of the campaign, this is a military sci-fi campaign. There's going to be funny stuff.
Skittermander and Hanakun may not be the best then for this type of campaign. Because they're kind of goofy.
Yeah. There are, to give you an idea, there are rules for PTSD type stuff in the game. So like it's
Lambent, I think Lambent and Vesk, so there's an alternate Vesk that has +2 charisma, +2 strength.
Nice.
In the near space book.
Yep.
So I'll probably be a Vesk then.
Cool.
I like Vesk.
Okay.
Vesk are my favorite. There's always a Vesk named Dutch in a Starfinder campaign I play or run.
Well, and Carl also
I would not be named Dutch.
Yeah, Carl played a badass Schwarzenegger-inspired Vesk in our last Starfinder game, so that was great. Nice. So we got our melee fighter, we got our healer. Anyone else have any ideas of who they'd like to play?
I have the beginnings of an idea, which is conceptually, I'm looking to create something that's the equivalent of a man with no name from the spaghetti westerns that we all know and love. So I'm thinking a human operative.
George, if you're saying that I get to roleplay an Eli Wallach foil for your character, then let me just say thank you now.
I tee it up, you knock him down. Specialization-wise, though, I'm debating between a ghost or a daredevil. So the ghost is kind of someone who can get in and out of places without being detected, and the Daredevil sort of the like does crazy stuff, which he's probably more likely to be. That's what I'm leaning toward at the moment, but I'll see where everybody else is landing up and make a final decision. But that's where I'm at this point.
Nice.
Yeah, I think for my background, I think I was thinking Xenoseeker. That might help.
Yeah,
that might help. Just not. I know the swarm's very dangerous, but we want to know about it. Maybe in line with
time-wise, the reason that there was a war not long ago between the Veskarium and the Pact Worlds, and really the reason that it came to an end and they became allies, or at least not enemies any longer, is because of an invasion of the Swarm. And in the first time in the Swarm's history, the alliance between the Veskarium and the Pact Worlds, thanks to the input of the Shirin, were able to push the Swarm back. The Swarm, if you, I guess first off, if you're new to, not for you guys would all know this or have heard this before, but if you're new to Starfinder, one way to think of Starfinder is that it is a amalgamation of just a ton of fantasy and sci-fi ideas, particularly different science fiction ideas, all put together, but then it sort of transcends that its sources, but you can definitely see where things are coming from. So the Swarm is very much like the Tyranids from Warhammer 40k, and the idea that they go and they consume things and whatever else. So they have an element, they're not the Borg, because they don't live and are assimilated, at least not in biological material or anything other than that. Anyway, so then that sounds like George has got an operative character.
Yeah, and with the theme being outlaw.
Cool. And then we've got what about Dave or Jeff? You guys, and Jeff, you had a pretty firm idea too, right?
Yeah. I can go several directions. I guess I have more of a concept. So the idea is someone who's an athlete, either human or Vesk. I haven't narrowed that down yet, but between the two. And the idea is someone who is an athlete on the world here, and because of where the war is at, basically their career is shut down, and so they've decided to enlist to they're a physical specimen type person, someone who's really physically fit, so they're ready for combat essentially. And I really like the nanocyte class. I love nanorobots, and so I think it's a cool idea. Maybe the character had some nanites or something installed in his sports career, and so he's familiar with it, with the technology, and maybe even the military contacted him and said, we've got this military version, are you willing to step up? And so that's where I'm going. As far as how he's going to play, I think I'm going to mold that a little bit to round out the party good. Could either be a mobile melee fighter or a bit of a battlefield controller, as far as controlling the space, because you can do this sort of nanite cloud that basically your enemies don't want to step through.
Okay.
And there's a cool feat for called Standstill, I believe it is, and you can basically use your reaction to stop people from moving through spaces that you would have opportunity attacks on. So kind of like a offensive lineman, football player kind of thing.
Nice. So Dave, that leaves you. What are you thinking of playing?
Well, I was initially thinking of either being a burner or a duster, so I wasn't really sure what the makeup of the group was going to be. But I've also been eyeing the mechanic, maybe a spacefaring mechanic, like a starship engineer kind of build. So, yeah. And then the race that I was looking at is Kasathas, the forearm.
Yep.
Kind of wise, well-traveled. So that's where I kind of was getting the pilot idea from. But I think piloting is a skill, right? It's not so much a class or...
Yeah, piloting is a skill that you've got. I mean, if it's a class skill, then you've got to benefit, but your theme can grant you something as a class skill. So, you know, if you're playing, I think Spacefarer, I think is one that gives you a pilot as a default. So there's ways to build a character if you want to.
Isn't there something called an ace pilot too?
Yes. Oh yeah, to the core
Yes.
book.
Yeah, there's Ace Pilot is a career or whatever theme.
A theme.
Yeah.
A theme. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So it looks like everyone's got. Why don't everyone just put their? And then species, Dave. You were saying Kasathan, and then
Deformed.
So we got a Kasathan, a human, a Vesk, a Shirin, and then Jeff. What are you thinking?
Well, I definitely am going human or Vesk.
Okay.
Right now, what we have one of each, right?
Yep.
So I could. I mean, you said it's mostly humans.
I'll put my
so-
deck of all my species away then, Jeff.
Oh, is there something else I could choose from that's really cool, like the bears? Or, I don't know.
Every one of them is cool. Although
I mean, what is? I'm not familiar with your class.
I don't want to tip you in any direction, but it would be awfully thematic if we had a space knoll.
Ooh. I mean, I'm up for trying something interesting. I'm not
So what's
locked into anything.
here's what the space knoll's stats are: +2 strength, +2 constitution, -2 intelligence, hit point 6, blind sense scent for 30 feet, dark vision for 30 feet because everyone gets dark vision in Starfinder, natural weapons, which is your bite, rugged travel. Every time they move, they can move through the first square of non-magical difficult terrain at normal speed, actually, which might fit as a football player.
Yeah.
And you gain +2 racial
That could be
bonus to
cool.
survival checks.
What are the you said a nanite is your
Yeah,
What's your
Nanosite,
class?
Constitution, I think, is the core.
con?
yeah, it's Constitution based.
Okay.
Nanosite, yeah. But they have 3 sort of flavors that they can do as a class. They can put their nanites into them and sort of get like some physical bonuses from it. They can like push them out into like a cloud that fills up a number of spaces equal to their level plus their constitution modifier to sort of be like a hindrance, or you can like do damage when people come through that space. Or you can use them to form items, so you can like make melee weapons or even make guns or armor or armor augments. You can do all kinds of cool things with them. So there's sort of different ways to play them based on how you want to make the character. I like the concept, so I can build the character to be sort of whatever hole we want to fit. And there's basically different athletes for any role we need. So
is this a drag and drop from the compendium kind of sheet?
With the equipment that's in there, yes. But like I said on Discord, there's a bunch of books that aren't available on Roll20. So if you're taking information from the character operation manual, the armory, packed worlds, near space, you have to cut and paste from the, from the things. I think that feats drag and drop, and I think that spells all drag and drop, and that gear that's in there drags and drops. But like class abilities, it's just like the Pathfinder 2 stuff where you have to enter it yourself. So Jeff, what are you thinking? What species?
well, you know, I don't want to tempt anyone to make any Knoll jokes because we just talked about how we're going to be a little more serious with this
I don't know
campaign.
what you're talking about.
So I think I'm going to actually not choose that, and I'm going to go with.
There's so many ways that would have been good for you mechanically in the campaign too. So that's great.
Yeah,
You're not doing it. What do you think?
I think I'm going to go with.
I mean, kobold, right? No.
Cobalt. No, I
Space
think I'm going to
kobold.
go with. Vesk.
Nice. Okay.
I think the Vesk are cool.
And are you a Susquehanner then?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Came here to play Crush Ball.
Okay.
And
Nice.
what
So
I've
we
been
know Zelmazetic, is that what your character's name is, John? Oh, you're muted.
It's, you can call him Zil, but it's Zilmestic.
Zelmeztic, okay. Let's see here.
Try to make it sound as insectoid as possible so it grates.
Okay.
I don't know if that did anything.
Okay.
So which Solarian do we drag over? There's 3 of them.
Well, again, like you have to kind of see which ones drag and drop. You might have to enter the stuff in yourself.
Okay. Yeah, I have to look at the Solarian variations, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think
I guess
you
there's
race.
alternate class features in some of the.
Well, I mean, I think the first thing you do is make your pick your stats, don't you? If you're following
Yeah.
the CRB.
We have to do your race first, because then you add your
Yeah,
everything's 10, and then.
then you add or subtract your racial stuff, and then you get your 10 points, and then your theme or something.
Say that again.
Everything starts at 10, then your race modifies it, your theme modifies it, and then you get 10 points to spend.
Okay.
Hey,
Okay.
Carl, can we take points away, or do we have to spend them?
You have to spend
like-
them. You can't take
Okay,
away.
you
You
can't
mean
go
like
negative.
subtract? You can't go. I don't remember. You can't go negative. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. I have a -2 to charisma, so I have one stat that's an 8. But
Okay.
I don't see him being the most.
So,
Yeah.
Zill and Jeff's character and George, your character's human. Is he a Susquehanna as well?
No, I think he is a mercenary, not a mercenary mechanically, but mercenary who showed heard they were in need of. He's going to have a very Western style background where he lost his whole family. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
He's a little bit of a drifter, gunslinger.
Yeah.
So he's looking for a job essentially, and he's got the he's the grizzled gunslinger with a heart of gold. So he's going to come and help out these people, even if he kills them, and this way he'll have another meal.
And Zill is going to be a Susquehanna. He's going to be from here.
And I totally messed up. I was initially looking at the Kasatha as when I was thinking about doing a merc. So
okay.
I'm actually going to be a Demaya Lashuntas.
A Lashunta, okay. Nice.
Cool.
Little antennae sticking out.
Those Shunta are super cool as well. Okay.
Okay, so
And nobody's picked a Pathfinder Legacy race too, which is pretty cool. Well, I guess except for human, technically.
Well,
The humans are everywhere.
All right. So. Let's see here. What else?
We're heads up, everybody. If your sheet starts to get slow, close it and open it again. I think there's a memory leak in it.
Yeah.
Is your speed based on your race?
By your species, yeah. Or your race.
Okay.
In this game.
Are you supposed to be able to drag the race over?
I tried. It didn't
yeah,
work.
mine didn't work either.
No, I think, like I said, I think it's the feats, the spells, and the. We've got no mystics and we've got no technomancers. Interesting.
Yeah. That would usually be my role here. But
I mean, multiclassing is a thing in Starfinder,
That's
so you know,
true.
we'll see after level
shoot,
1.
I want to do something different for once.
Yeah.
And
Well,
to do the same thing.
You know what?
over and
It's
over.
the temptation will not come until Galactic Magic comes out this month. So there will be a whole slate of there's a new class called the Precog, and a slate of new spells and new rules for rituals, I think, as well, which would be pretty cool.
Ooh, that's cool.
I get a couple of spell-like abilities, but yeah, I'm not a spellcaster.
What class are you? The mechanic?
The Lashuntas get
the magical, like cantrips.
days
Yeah,
and psychokinetic hand, and once per day detect thoughts. So
yeah, cool.
I don't see speed anywhere on the Vesk thing.
I don't see it anywhere on any of them.
Let's see here.
Yeah, on the maid page.
Oh,
it's
I've got the.
hidden.
Jeff, can you make me use my deck again? Awesome.
Yeah, the deck
that
has
officially
it.
has justified it. Your land speed is 30 as a Vesk.
Okay, I kind of assumed it would be, but
Yeah, I think most of them are. Land speed's 30 for the Lashunta. Same.
Yeah, it says for under speed in general, it says your character's land speed at the beginning of play at 30 feet.
Yeah, I think this. Are Skidmander's slower? No, 30 feet as well.
You,
Strix are only 20 though. So there are ones that have
Because they
slower.
can fly. Strix can fly. That's why.
Yeah.
They're 20 on the ground, but they can fly. So,
Oof. Space Minotaurs. Love it.
yep.
I mentioned before, like, I've had some odd things. Oh, speaking of the whatchamacallit, the rules, we are going to play with Astonishing Fortune as well too. We'll do the same rules we use as in D&D, AD&D, where you will have a number equal to the number in the party, and you will be able to anyone will be able to make use of it to re-roll a dice roll, a d20 roll.
Is that in addition to the RP points we get for having characters?
Well, because resolve points, you can't use them to re-roll.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, like resolve points have very, very specific uses, which is usually regaining stamina or making use of a class ability.
Cool.
So, all right.
Got my abilities plugged in. Now I need to do my skills and languages.
Nice. That's one thing. I think it's for every rank you put into what is it? One of the galactic lore or something things. You get a new language.
Where do you add your abilities from your race?
You add them. Let's see here, Jeff. Where's your character? Bone. You just add it to your. Well, you do that first before you spend your points. Looks like you did already, didn't you?
My character, yeah, I put in my race as Vesk, but how do I add armor, savant, fearless?
Go down to abilities, the abilities tab, and click on plus. Just add those in.
Oh, there. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Where is it? Their abilities. Okay.
Unfortunately, what they did, like I said, someone else had built, like a fan had built these character sheets, and then they just started releasing stuff that bolted onto it. So I don't know if there's issues with the sheets or what, but I know I find that you have to, if you try and enter things too quickly, it doesn't like that.
Mm-hmm. What the heck is going on?
Once everything's in, they work quite well, but just...
Oops.
Let's see here. There you go.
Weird.
We're gonna have a diplomancer among us.
Not me.
I'm just.
So hold on. So everyone's talked about.
I'll have charisma as a major for mine, so I could.
The reason I ask is I have it as a class skill, but I don't have that great of a charisma, so I want to not put points into it if I don't have to.
I mean, I probably will, since charisma is a major for me.
Okay. So for
I don't seem to be able to edit the abilities. It's weird. I hit plus and it just adds operative's edge.
No, then you have to go into that one and edit it.
And there's a cog to the right. You gotta hover over.
Yeah, and when I click on that, and then it just shrinks it down.
There you go.
It's weird. I can't type in the box. It's just gray.
Here.
It's weird.
Are you seeing that on your sheet now, Jeff?
Yeah. Okay. Armor.
And
Yeah. It is a finicky sheet, to say the least.
A little. It's all good.
It's like, once you get the stuff in, it works really well. It's just it can be temperamental at times. All right, so let's see here. Let's talk about the party. You guys have each picked sort of what your character you're gonna play is. So let's just talk about skills. So for when you're in a ship, the important skills are piloting. Is it engineering? Yeah, piloting.
So it looks like I can be pretty good at life science, medicine, culture, and physical science.
Okay. So engineering, if you want to play the engineer on the ship, engineering is a crucial thing. Piloting, obviously, is a crucial thing. Gunnery uses the better of your base attack bonus or your piloting ranks. So if you want to be a good gunner on a ship, you can do that even though if your base attack bonus sucks ass. Computers is very important for like refreshing the shields and for arranging the power and whatnot. And diplomacy is also really quite useful because as a captain you can boost other people's things or give them other actions or, you know, give debuffs to the enemy. So diplomacy, computers, engineering, piloting, those are all, and computers, those are all critical for starship stuff. Of your characters, who, Dave, you were saying that you want to build kind of a pilot?
Well, I'm taking mechanics, so I'm not sure if that's going to be more engineering.
That would probably be, engineering is probably the thing you're going to be suited towards.
Yeah.
If you want to do that, okay.
It's probably more intelligence-based versus piloting, which is probably a lot more dex.
Okay. So then, who is going to be the pilot?
I will be the pilot if no one else wants to be, but I'm happy to take any position that's needed. Because I have lots of options for skills, so I can.
Yeah, me too. I have like not very many.
Okay.
So for now, I'll say I'll be the pilot unless somebody decides they want to be, and that's fine with me.
Carl, what's the Solarian's base attack bonus? Is it the same as a soldier's, or is it the 3/4?
I don't know because I haven't looked. I've never played one. Right?
It's same as a soldier. So actually, you might be a good gunner. Because if you suck ass at piloting, you can still be a good gunner. So then that leaves Jill. Are you any good at computers?
I can be.
Okay.
If I put a rank into it.
Okay.
A rank?
You only get one at first level.
Yeah, you only take one rank. It's not like Pathfinder 1 or 3.5. Okay. So then
I'm lost still on this ability scores. I was putting in my.
Oh, that's fine. Like, we just want to. This is just to set your, a goal for each of you guys, so we know what is necessary, rather than finding ourselves like, wait, no one can fly this fucking thing.
Yeah, with Zill, I can be good at computer. I have a 7 if I put a rank into it.
Okay.
Computers and engineering, he can do both of those.
Is intelligence your primary stat?
I chosen it. Yes.
Okay. So then, Jeffrey, gunnery or piloting or a captainry, or what are you thinking?
Well, which ones rely on physical stats? Because that's what I'm going to be
pretty
good
much
at.
None. So, but what's the
athletics?
Nanocyte's base attack bonus? Here. I got my copy of Tech Revolution right here.
Base attack bonus?
It's +1, so it's just like a Solarian. So actually, you make a good gunner. You don't have to put any points into piloting, and you can just use your base attack bonus. So you'd be a good gunner.
I do get lots of skills as a nanocyte.
Okay.
I don't know, or I think I do. I get 6 plus my intelligence modifier.
6 is you get more skills in this than you do in Pathfinder. It is a more,
okay.
I mean, it's a more broadly skilled society than like a medieval society. So everyone gets, but it's a good selection. I think it sounds like we've got every base covered. George is going to be playing pilot. Dave will be the monkey wrench guy. Jill will be monitoring the computers and sensors, and you guys can man the guns. That's when you guys get a ship, that is.
And so after you add your race and your theme,
yep,
then you have 10 points for abilities, right?
Yes.
Yep. Okay.
And I think the rule is you can't start with anything higher than 18.
Right, yeah. I wasn't planning on it.
Me either. That cripples you elsewhere.
Yeah.
And then it's a 1 for 1 point buy?
1 for 1 point buy, yeah.
Okay. So the Spacefarer is a +1 con, it says at the top of the page. So that's what I'm putting in as my
theme bonus, correct.
Okay. That's just going to help balance out my penalty from my race.
Nice. Okay.
Sort of. Not quite. Okay.
So of the, let's see here. Oh, and Dave, you're playing Lashunta. Are you from the Pact Worlds, or are you from? Are you a Susquehanner as well?
I am a spacefarer, so I've been traveling, and I found myself here, say, a couple of years ago, and when the swarm attacked. So steady local.
They've had a burgeoning space flight or like spacing kind of industry. Here, so they don't build there's not necessarily a huge amount of drift capable ships that are being built, but there are definitely some ships that fly within the system that are being built here, because there is at least one other habitable inhabited world in the system. Thank you as well, Dave, for letting me use the word habitable, because I so rarely get a chance to use it, and it's one of my favorites.
Who's playing the nanosite again?
I am.
We're going to be best buddies. Because my field of study is cyber medicine.
Does anybody else have a problem with just putting numbers in and always want to like write it down? I don't know.
My inability to read gaming books in PDF. I have to wait until they're out.
Yep.
I'm like literally going to write down 10, 10, 10, 9, 12, 10, 10, and then play with the numbers until I get what I want. I'm like,
No problem. Whatever way it works, there is no wrong way in making a character. Except for when you don't play a Knoll. That,
Yeah, never going to let that down.
All right. Don't worry, I hold Knoll grudges.
Oh, man.
Even though you didn't pick it.
Thank you, Jeffrey.
That proves it to be Knoll barrier.
Shit.
Oh. All right, no more jokes. Let's see. So operative, it's cool. So we've got the biohacker. They heal hit points, right? Not stamina.
They use pharmaceutical. Let's see. Sorry, I was on something else.
I don't know is also a perfectly acceptable answer.
They can actually do both, depending on what they use. I chose Studious as my my field main scientific method,
Yep.
so it's going to be hit points.
Hit points. Okay, cool. Because
I'm double checking to see if it's something I can do at one or if I need to do something else.
Okay. Oh, we have no envoy either.
Because mostly I'm going to start with just medicine as my ability to heal.
Yeah.
And then I have to use pharmaceuticals.
Okay.
Which I can create like some minor ones a few times per day.
Okay.
Okay, so after we do our attributes, then we do our class.
Yes. So you can start filling out your stuff for your class.
So your hit points is the total of your race and your class.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And your stamina points is basically your class.
It's like Pathfinder 2 in that sense.
How do you go to the class tab and then you slide the class over? Is that what you do?
Again, I don't think you can drag and drop it. You have to add it in. So you go into the character sheet and you go into the top there. There's a way you can edit what your class is, and then you just have to enter what the particulars are. So in class, put for your first class, you can just put the name down. One level in it. I can read off that information for you if you like, Carl. I got.
No, I have the PDF.
Oh, do you? Okay, so I got the slurry. I got it open from myself anyway.
What's BAB? Oh,
Base attack bonus.
Base attack.
okay.
Base attack bonus for you will be 1.
Okay.
okay.
Nanosit's got a good one.
Stamina points are 6 plus Constitution modifier.
Okay.
Oh, so instead of 3/4, I changed that to 1. Okay.
Yes.
And then it says poor or good for my saves.
For the nanosite, let's see.
So how do you figure that out?
Well, it depends if you get a +2 at first level or not. +2 is...
Okay, so just to my reflex save.
Okay, so that's your good save, and then the other ones are poor. And then it'll calculate it automatically for you for what the actual outcome will be.
Okay, so my reflex is good. Although, wait, what?
Yep, your
Or is this
reflex is
chart?
good.
It's weird order.
Oh, no, it's your fort. There's a typo on the sheet. Your
yeah,
fortitude
that's
is
what I
your...
was gonna say. It's like not lined up right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. I was looking at that. I'm like, the columns don't seem to make sense.
Oh, boy.
Good.
Completely forgot no one played an uplifted bear.
Yeah, I was suggesting that I could.
You could, absolutely. I mean, it just means that you get everything in the game then, but...
Oh, you're just invincible?
What are the common languages spoken? I know it's Common, Siskillian.
Common here, and then the whatever the Shirin tongue is, and then the other ones, and you can just pick what you like.
Yeah, I'm just trying to base it off like a...
You can pick what you
like
want.
4 additional ones. I'm definitely speaking Vescan, because
Yep.
there's 2 of them.
Yep.
I think I did that right. And then you check the box for which ones are class skills.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Because it'll give you the +3 bonus, and 2.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna close this up because I think I'm getting... Okay, let's see.
Oh, or is that only if you take them? No, you put ranks in if you train in them.
It won't add the +3 unless you put ranks in.
Yeah.
So you can take
Okay.
off which ones are class, and then as you develop your character, you can add those in. And remember, your theme also will either give you a bonus to an existing class skill, or it'll make something a class skill for you.
Yeah, I did that.
Okay. Alrighty.
Let's see. Trying to avoid any kind of planner language because my character is a scientist. He don't care about
Thanks,
magic.
Mark. Mark says, "Bonjour from France. Love this GM, and I'm more of a fantasy guy with D&D and Pathfinder. I'm on board for this also. So thank you so much for joining us. I think
Nice.
you'll find a lot to like about the Starfinder. It plays like the underlying rules are very much like D&D, or at least like Pathfinder, and yeah, I mean, there's not direct parallels to D&D the way there are in like Spelljammer, or the old Spelljammer setting, but Starfinder is pretty fucking cool. As I mentioned earlier, it really is it's its own thing, which makes the setting so interesting. Like, there's bits of Star Wars in there, bits of Dune, bits of Warhammer 40k, bits of Star Trek, bits of Buck Rogers, bits of John Carter of Mars. This particular campaign owes a lot to Aliens and Starship Troopers, and a lot of survival horror kind of stuff. And it's also got some trippy mind stuff later on. They actually, in the adventure path and the player material, and this is where they reintroduce the Starfinder versions of like Ego Whip and stuff like that, which is pretty awesome. As an old Dark Sun fan, I really love seeing the psionics reintroduced to the game.
What is ABI?
Your ABI? Where are you seeing it?
Under class, that last column.
Ability. What's your favorite ability?
Oh, class ability, I guess, charisma, I guess, right?
Well, I don't know. It's different for...
No, but it'll say, right, your class key ability score?
Yeah, just some classes have selection. Charisma is yours, though, because that determines your resolve points. Okay.
So then when it says class points, that's how many you put you can put a rank of 1 in?
Yeah, when you put in rank...
Yeah.
Yes, so you have a maximum equal to your level, and then you'll see that if it's in a class skill, then it'll add the +3 automatically plus whatever your modifier is. Yep, there you go. Now you see how...
Well, the athletics I got from my athlete.
You got that as a class skill, or you got that as a 1 rank?
I got 1. It says you get it as a class skill, or if you take it at first level, you get an extra point. So I just put the point in there.
No. So it's important to make a difference between the bonuses you get to it and the ranks in it. You don't get a free rank in it; you get +1 to it.
Oh, how do you change that?
Click on the cog. Everything on the character sheet works just like it does in the other Roll20 character sheets. You click on the cog, and then what you might need to do is add it in as an ability. So the way you do that is click on the ability here. What's it called? Athlete's Edge or something? Athlete?
Oh, it's called, hold on. It just says theme knowledge.
Okay.
It says either acrobatics or athletics is a class skill for you. Though if the relevant skill is a class skill from your class you take at first level, instead gain a +1 bonus to your acrobatics or athletics.
Watch this, Jeff. I'll add it in. It should do the modifier. Boom. There you go.
Okay.
So you take
I'm still going to use one of my points for that.
Yeah, you go right ahead.
Yeah.
If you have any modifiers, it'll show up as blue, so you'll be able to see where you're getting certain modifiers for it.
Okay.
For our saving throws, are we supposed to be editing the base number?
You add in the when you go to your character sheet, Dave. Let's see here. Where are we? Which is your character, Dave? Is it a new character?
Oh yeah, sorry, I don't have a name yet. New character.
Okay, so see at the top there's one tab for character, there's one tab for class.
Yeah.
Click on that class one.
Okay.
Okay, now you see in here under class for first, put in mechanic. And then you're just going to set the toggle for what the mechanic gets.
Okay.
Okay, so it'll be your stamina points, your hit points. You'll set the base attack bonus. I think a mechanic actually does have 3-4 as the base attack bonus.
0.
Yep. And then you've good fortitude, good reflex save. You get 4 skills plus your intelligence modifier, and then your key ability score is intelligence.
Now I have access to computers, engineering, life science, medicine, physical science, and piloting.
Your SP and your HP, Dave, are 6 each for the mechanic
Stamina
as well.
and hit points.
Yep.
And then, do I just have to add in my hit points from my race?
Yes, when you put your the HP from your race, see right next to the, there you go. It'll calculate it right in the middle there where it says health.
Yeah.
Boom. There you go.
Okay, cool. And that changes my base attack to 2.
Sorry, Jeff, what did you ask?
Well, I'm just trying to spread our skills out a little bit so that we're not just like, I mean, we've done it before where all of a sudden we're all put survival points in because Kev always makes us do survival checks, and then we get out there and it's like no one knows sense direction.
I mentioned before we went live
else.
as well. Regular viewers in the channel will know I have a certain tendency towards a certain kind of survival grind. As I mentioned, you may find some familiarity in this campaign. It is not my writing. I am running this thing as written.
Hey, Jeff, if you want to take some of the skills that I have ranks in, I have other stuff I can put my points into. Like medicine is definitely something I'm going to use, and life science and physical science. But if you want engineering, I'll happily pass that over to you.
Okay, sure. Yeah, like I'm just thinking we should spread it out a little bit.
Yeah,
sure, I'll take engineering.
Does anybody have sense motive?
The Starship Engineer here.
I'll have a 4 in sense motive, but a 6 in.
Because I mean, I'm not intelligent, so any of these I take, I'm not good at. I'm just telling you guys, I can take them.
I'm okay being an engineer if you guys want me to be an engineer, since that's what I was going to play.
Yeah,
go ahead, do engineering.
Well, that's why I'm asking. Thanks for sharing. That's good.
I'm not going to be a crash ball player or a crush ball player or anything, just so you guys know.
Don't want to double up on that.
I just want to point out, Dave, that none of the skills are crush ball. Okay, so I got extra skill points to use. I'm just trying to spread our team out.
You guys are basically going to be a team of what is it? The Brazilian or the Argentinian soccer team?
Yeah.
George,
I'll just take physical skills.
George, you're the pilot, right?
Correct.
Okay, and we got Dave as the engineer. I can do medicine. What's Carl really good at?
We need more than one mediciner?
Smashing
Probably
shit.
if I go down.
Fighting things.
And his charisma is
skill-wise.
quite good as well.
Yeah, my
Okay.
charisma's good. I got diplomacy. Like,
Okay.
I'll put a rank in diplomacy. And yeah, okay. Got it.
I think it's good if we can have a backup of some things. Like, I'm gonna also put 1 point in piloting just so that, like, I don't know,
George is
if
incapacitated.
George is incapacitated or whatever, at least we can still fly our ship out of there.
If you want to be 1 point engineering too, that's okay with me. I'm fine.
Oh, you're not insulted?
I was just teasing that John was talking past me to you about being an engineer.
I don't know you yet, man.
We get like 3 guys to be engineers here because, you know.
Yeah, I was an engineer with a Scareder Mansion last time. I'll be easy to pass that off. So
Okay.
Well, which one do you want me to back up? Medicine or engineering?
they're both intelligence based.
I'm suck at them. Yeah, I'm not a very smart Vesk.
Does anybody else have access to medicine? Just asking.
Not,
If that's a no, then let Jeff do it.
I can. Yeah. I can have.
You guys try it out. I saw
Um,
the best meme today about D&D. I think I sent it to a couple of you. D&D is like 25 minutes of arguing and making a plan and then not following through on that plan.
Up to the first deviation, yep.
Kind of like, you know, what we're doing here. So.
Well, this is session 0. This is where fun starts.
Whatever. I don't have any skill points left for you guys in your engineering and medicine.
I'll put one into medicine.
Cool. that way I freed up a sense motive, so I got a pretty decent sense motive.
I'm not particularly good at it, but I do have a rank in it, and it's a class skill, so.
I'm literally not good at any of these things. I'm good at athletics. That's it.
Wait, did you not take a point in medicine, John?
I did.
Okay.
No, I was giving up engineering.
Oh, okay, got it. Oh, then
Yeah,
George, I
it
think
looks
what,
like you have to take a rank for it to. Okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
Weird. The skill
that,
adept
Kev?
doesn't like nothing. Really for.
What has nothing?
Well, skill adept, since he only gets like 4 points in intelligence, I can get 2 additional skills and add them to my class skills, but
No points to spend, yeah.
no points to spend.
No.
So I'll guess I'll add them, but
Let's see.
eventually I could get them. I guess.
We all start with a feat, right? Unless you're human, you get an extra one.
Yeah, I believe that's right.
Trying to decide. I'm thinking between mobility or skill synergy.
Hey, buddy.
As which you're.
My feat.
Oh, well, hold on.
I
Why do
heard
you? I thought you said you don't get a feat at first level.
No, we all do. We humans get 2.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah. The only reason I'm thinking is because I'm going to be darting around hitting people with buffs. I'm going to provoke quite a bit. But if I have decent armor, then I might just... Because I was thinking mobility, because that shoots my AC up in case I provoke. And I want to be like duck and cover, get away from stuff.
If this helps, we're going to be playing a lot of this Theater of the Mind, not Battle Mad.
Oh, okay. That does help.
Okay. I mean,
Skill set.
attacks of opportunity will still be a thing, but I want to try something different this time with Starfinder.
Yeah. If it's not going to be that clunky, not clunky, but technical, then that makes my decision. So,
Okay.
skill synergy. it
I
is.
actually was, I'm not going to try it yet, but we'll see how much of a pain in the ass it is. I was thinking of dealing away with attacks of opportunity and make it a feat accessible thing. Because I kind of dig how that works in Pathfinder 2, and this feels more appropriate. There's already a built-in mechanic for why, like, there's a reason to take the unarmed, like, shove and stuff like that, because you suck at it if you don't take those feats.
Okay.
So how did you add that +1 there, Jeffrey?
So
Evan did it.
Go into the cog.
when you go in, go into the character, the ability.
Yeah.
Go into the cog. So the ability tab, Dave.
Yep.
You're not in there. So abilities are down at the bottom. See where it
okay, I'm in
says
this-
not ability scores, abilities. Down near where weapons
Bottom
and
right. Yeah. Bottom right.
Abilities.
Under weapon and armor
there you go. Yep,
proficiencies.
perfect. So go add your new thing in there, Dave.
Okay. Well,
so like
it's
there's
the-
things you. What is your?
It's
Which
my
one?
spacefarer is
Okay.
part of the theme knowledge.
Okay,
I've already
so-
got it listed.
Okay, so root difficulty classes, blah 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 blah. +1 to, and you have physical sciences as a skill, a class skill.
I get it. So yeah, I get it as the spacefarer theme knowledge, and I get it as mechanic.
Okay, so then here, what we're going to do, you see, if you hover over to the right side of it, there's a little cog that shows up. Go ahead and click on that.
Yeah, that's where I was.
No, not on the skill, on the ability. There's a
On the
reason we went to
ability.
the ability tab.
Okay.
Okay, so click on the right.
Spacefarer theme.
Yep. There you go. Now go down to mods. Click on that. Now in that mod section, put down +1 space 2 TO space and then spell physical science, capital P, capital S, exactly as it appears on the skill. And then click out of that into any other section and we'll see if that worked. There you go. Just go. You're good to go.
Sweet.
Yes. I'm trying to do that for like solar armor, but
Let's see here. Do you always get that this bonus for solar armor, or does it come and go?
you can form made out of.
So that's a situational thing. You might want to be adding that in, not on your ability, because it'll always add it in if you put it in as one of your
Well, it
abilities.
kind of has it. It kind of has it like, yeah. I think it's part of the solar manifestation.
Yeah, like it's something that you have to get up to, right? It's not something active all the time.
I think it would always be active.
I don't think that's right. Let's see here. Which are you
Okay.
taking, the weapon or the armor?
Oh, you get one or the other.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta choose that again.
Oh, I see. So in my student ability, I would do the same thing. I would go into the cog and add
Yeah.
like a +2 to two different skills.
Yeah. So, guys, I'm not super familiar with Starfinder. Like, I've run it a few times, but the characters are pretty complicated. Make sure you're reading precisely what your character abilities do, so we're not having to look it up later, and so you're making sure you're making the right selections.
The thing with the bonuses you get, some of them don't have a type listed, like let's just say +2 to the skill. Others will say like you get a +1 racial bonus or +1 insight bonus. If you put +1 insight to the skill, it'll make sure that like bonuses don't stack together. So if you get insight from two different sources, only the highest one counts.
Okay.
The same goes for like armor bonuses and stuff like that. Because I took skill synergy to boost my life science and medicine just a little bit higher, so I don't kill you guys when I try to heal you.
Appreciate it.
My only pet peeve is whenever you paste from the PDF, I hate the hard returns, the way it formats the
Yeah.
text. So
You have to go back
through,
in. Yeah.
like backspace. Go to the next line. Backspace. Yeah. It's hilarious.
All right.
So I've got an interesting one for you, Kev. I get +1 to. I've done all my other ability mods, but
Yeah.
the one that I need to figure out how to do to type it in is a +1 bonus, insight bonus to all skill checks.
Okay, so I think.
I tried putting all skill checks and I tried putting skill checks, but neither of those seem to.
You might have to do a line each one, +1 to acrobatics, +1 athletics, +1
Oh my
all the way
God.
down the line.
Nope. +1 to skills.
Oh,
Okay. Excellent. Wow, look at that. Thank you very much. The one thing I didn't try, of course.
As your character would say, not my first time to this rodeo.
That's exactly what it is.
okay. Now,
Okay.
Whitman.
I think actually
standards?
Mo played an operative last time, which is why we I figured out how to do that.
Well, yes. Good to know.
Yeah.
Do we have like a standard starting gear that we can pull from?
I don't believe so, no. And you're actually
think
fairly
so.
limited in your gear that you had to purchase. This game, this campaign is very much about having to make do with what you got. So buy yourself knowing that you will be out and on your own for quite some time.
Gotcha.
Okay. The one thing I wanted to go over with you, George, is the trick attack. So the sneak attack in Starfinder is a bit of a pain in the ass because you have to make a skill check beforehand.
Right.
I'm going to trust, what I'll do is I'll tell you the CR of whatever we're facing, and I'll trust for you to just make that skill check and then see if you get the extra damage. Because I think that's the only effect you get from that, right?
It's the only, there's one other conditional thing. Let me see what it is. That's the main thing.
Yeah, just before you make your attack, so you can take a full action to move up your speed, and then whether you choose to move or not, you make an attack with a melee weapon with the operative specialty or any small arm. Just before making the attack, you make a bluff, intimidate, or stealth check. The DC equal to 20 plus the target CR. If you succeed, you deal 1d4 extra damage, and the target's flat-footed.
Right. Yes, that's right. Yeah, it just changes once. It goes up, like up in level, right? Okay, great.
Yeah, damage goes up as you get up in levels.
Yeah.
Lord.
What's our
I like
starting
this
goal?
class.
Cool.
Holy shit.
Carl, how is it going with the Solarian?
I have to make decisions. I haven't figured out yet.
Okay.
Okay, equipment. What do we have?
Hey, so combat-wise, Carl, you're melee fighter. John, you're like what? You're like an enhancement character.
I'm probably going to be ranged-ish to a certain degree because that's my highest stat between strength and dex. But I'm probably going to be in the back sticking you with stuff to make you better at combat.
Okay. Dave, how do you see your guy in combat?
Probably ranged with base small arms and grenades.
Okay, and George, what about you?
Mostly ranged.
Okay. So I could play either version of this character, the melee fighter, which would give us two.
Having run this before, it is a really good plan to have melee and range contingencies for every character.
No, I understand that. I understand that. I'm just trying to what's your optimal version? Like,
right. Yeah.
And then that way, like, we can try to fight that way, but we could really use another melee fighter. Yeah.
Nothing engenders a lust for effective teamwork like murdering 2-player characters within the last month.
Yeah.
Both Jeff and John lost characters in a session just before
You
Christmas.
went unconscious. Yeah.
Yes, 1,000 credits.
Yeah. Because then I think there's sort of 3 ways to play the nanocyte.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have these arrays: the sheath array, the cloud array, or the gear array. I mean, it doesn't stop you from doing the other ones at any time. Like, you're not limited, but I guess optimally, because you have to select what gear, you have to choose what gear your character can make. That kind of sets the tone of what kind of character you are.
Yeah, the major form and the minor form are the things that you have to select. The other things are sort of default.
Yeah. But if you choose melee weapons, then there's like, you get this thing called a faculty. Is that what it's called? And it's like, so not only are there like these 3 different forms, you get these different faculties. Either discorporation, which is like the ability to shapeshift using your nanites, eventually becoming like actually like a fluid, like sort of the Terminator from Terminator 2. Or there's infestation, where you like put your nanites into your opponents and it destroys them from the inside. There's obliteration, where your nanite swarm is sort of like attacks people. The swarm is more dangerous. There's redirection, where your nanites like defend you. Or there's regeneration, where your nanites repair you, and others. So you have a lot of options with this character class. But I have to choose which one I want to play right now. So
Dave, what kind of mechanic are you thinking of playing?
Well, I'm gonna do I'm a spacefaring theme. So whatever that combination comes out as.
Well, the thing you're picking is whether you have a drone or you have your exocortex.
There's a choice?
Yep, you pick one of the two. That's your AI. Like if you see, if you want to know what you've got, you can look at the. You can look at the chart.
That's actually where I was starting right now. Was
okay,
AI.
great. Yeah. So you pick between one of the two. You get a drone or you get an exocortex, which is like a supercomputer. Okay. All right. So I take it that you guys are finding interesting choices even at first level.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
These are crazy complex characters at first level.
I'm glad I did a little pre-thinking yesterday.
Oh, this would have been impossible for me if I hadn't thought a lot about what I was going to do. Because let's just say there's a lot of options in this game.
Yes.
Well, like I just explained there, right? The nanocyte character has sort of 3 main different things they can do. And then amongst that, there's like 5 versions. So you can like, I mean, what is that? That's like 15 different character class versions kind of at first level. So
Yep. That's the thing with each of the classes too, is you do get a wide variety of options for each of the levels. I don't find that the soldier ones are particularly sexy, but it's just I like playing fighters. So
Agreed. I was thinking about a soldier at first.
Oh, were you? Okay.
Yeah, when I first came up with the concept, I was like, hey, he's an ex-soldier, but then I was like, this is not as interesting as it could be to play in this game. So
Yeah. Well, the operative is pretty badass.
yeah, no, it's definitely cool.
Okay.
well, and I like the idea that we're sort of the reinforcements, so we're not main soldiers. We're
No. And I think that like it sounds like you guys are from kind of all over, so it is unlikely that any of you know each other. You've been sort of put together. You've been riding in the the transport to Camp Cavalier, and that's sort of where we're going to be kicking off the the adventure. Bunch of greenhorns.
Oh yeah.
I think I'm going to go with an exocortex AI,
Cool.
but partly because drones sound like a whole lot of extra shit to worry about. And I got lost on this character already to figure out.
I am gonna need help from the people who know this game a little better as far as armor and weapons, because that part I don't know.
You actually don't have a lot of choices. If you stick to the core rulebook, you'll find like that 1,000 credits goes very quickly.
No, but I have my 2 major forms that I can choose, and I mean I realize
You're limited to level 1 from those, so you're only looking at level 1 items anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I still don't know the difference between any of them game-wise.
Wait, there's the only things that really matter in it. The encumbrance system in Starfinder is very much like it is in PF2, where you got like light items or you got items that have bulk. And the 2 armor classes you have are kinetic armor class and energy armor class, KAC and EAC. You just have to pick. Can't remember. Let's see what the nanocyte is actually capable of wearing.
Light.
Oh, only light. Well, then your options are to make it much easier for you to select now.
Exactly.
Yeah, if you're only capable of light armor, it's going to be like, Kasathan bead armor or something like that. You might be able to afford something that is like level 2. Like some of you guys, depending if you're prioritizing your spending on one thing over another, you may be able to afford something more. But your character, if you're relying on your major forms or your nano, whatever the thing, to form the thing, that's limited to your level, so level 1. So that's a long way of saying, Jeff, if you've got the money for it, if you can afford level 2 armor, that might be better mechanically than just taking the level, whatever thing you can form with your level 1. The other thing to consider is that if you plan on reforming those nano things into anything else, you don't want to be losing the benefit of your armor. In particular, the life support system. All Starfinder armors have, I believe at level 1, it's 24 hours of protection, where you can have sealed systems, protect you from the environment and whatnot, but once that time passes, it's just really heavy shit that weighs you down.
Kev, is there a place to
John?
actually put your armor in rather than using a mod to buff it up?
I can't remember. Let me see here.
I dragged my armor in.
I'm sorry?
I dragged my armor in, John.
Mine, I couldn't find mine, so.
Oh, okay.
If you add it in as a piece of equipment, John, you should be able to add the modifiers to it.
Oh yeah, I can do the modifiers. I was just wondering if there's a spot where it just adds it automatically. And I don't have
Well,
to
that's
have it
if you add the modifiers on the equipment, under the equipment section, it will add that to your character. Just like in the Pathfinder 2 sheet.
Trying to see. There we go.
Yep, there you go. Okay.
How did I get a laser pistol on my sheet?
You gotta, if you go to the, I was able to drag it over from the compendium.
No, I'm asking how. I never looked up laser pistol, and now there's one on my sheet. So I'm like,
Oh, maybe Kevin's giving out laser pistols for
laser
free.
pistols.
Just
Laser pistols.
don't say anything.
laser pistol for you, laser pistol for you, laser pistol for everyone.
Okay, let's see here. Where's your laser pistol?
It's listed in my abilities.
Knickknacks is your under your abilities?
Yeah, you put mine under abilities. But...
Oh no, that's not listed. It says laser pistol in there, but there's no there's nothing.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, just delete this here. Boom. There you go, Dave. No more laser pistol, and it needs to go under equipment anyway, and then it'll populate under.
I just thought you were giving out laser pistol. That's all.
Nope, that would be a user error on someone's front. Let's see here.
Yeah, strange. Because I just copied the artificial intelligence into an ability, so I'm not sure where the laser pistol came from.
Where it's which? Sorry.
I was just copying the artificial intelligence into an ability, so I don't know where that laser pistol came from.
All right. So let's see here. How is everyone going here? Zill, you're spending your money at this point?
Yep.
Okay.
I found a useful thing online of recommended starting gear if anybody wants to.
Oh, nice.
I'll post a link for it in the chat. I'm basically just taking my gear off of that.
Okay.
That's good. I just picked very basic. I think I have everything completed and working properly.
Nice.
And I just took very basic things, which was a laser pistol, a survival knife, some second skin, and 4 batteries.
That's where I got the laser pistol from. You're just throwing it out. Threw it across the room, landed in my holster.
Yeah, exactly. I need some backup.
Right, Garius. Carl, how is your Solarian coming together?
All right, so I'm gonna choose. I'll just give you some of my choices.
Yep.
I don't know what the color star is of this world. I'm assuming because it has that deep winter, it's probably a red star.
No, it's a yellow star, just like.
Oh, yellow. Okay,
Yep.
so then my solar manifestation is going to be yellow to match the star because I'm going to be from the world.
Oh, okay.
and
You're from here. Cool.
Yes, and I'm going to be use solar weapon.
Okay.
So as my manifestation.
Nice.
And I think I'll start out with slashing. So it's going to be, it's going to be like a lightsaber.
Okay.
Or something like that.
A Doshko?
I don't know if it would be a Doshko because he's kind of a Lambit. That's not going to, still strong, but more like lithe than big and bulky.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's probably, I guess the equivalent of like a katana.
Cool.
And a Doshko. So it'll be slashing. So I'm just putting in the Solar Revelations Black Hole. I probably will need like on my, I don't know how many tabs we'll have to keep track of, or I can keep track of it myself, but I have to, like the attunement thing is going to be interesting, right?
Yeah.
So,
Because like like you know what you can do is why don't you use the dots on the character sheet? Because
1, 2.
Yeah, in Starfinder
I'll
we
use
use
a yellow dot. Use a yellow dot.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Perfect.
Or black dot. Or black dot for.
I am super excited to see this the
is there
Solarian
a
in
black
play.
dot? Yeah, we'll see.
Pretty
Hopefully I
cool.
don't screw it up. They're pretty cool.
I have no doubt that we're going to fuck up a bunch of things. This just gives us an opportunity to learn. And like every Friday session is, I will be, me and Anna will retire after the game to our bedroom, and she will chew on a ball while I read up all the rules that I screwed up in the previous session. So that will work out well.
The only thing that I haven't. Okay, girl.
There's always a lot of stuff going on. I still have to look up rules and run this thing.
The nice thing is that the combat is going to be the most complicated part of the game, and once we get one or two of those under the belt, one of the things I think that will make it easier is doing Theater of the Mind, because we're focusing more on just we need, like the math and whatnot, rather than looking at the map. I think that's one thing that's off our plate then. And don't worry, I'll give you lots of opportunities to learn about combat. We'll see. George, what was your question?
Two things now that I've looked at something else. For some reason, my base saving throws are not appearing correctly, even though in my class, under the cog, it is selected correctly.
Because you've not given yourself a level in it yet.
It says, it looks like it's a 1.
It's grayed out as 1. You need to actually enter all the numbers.
Let's see, how about that? Yep. So that fixes that.
Yep.
And that fixes my resolve points too. Okay, great, perfect. I'm done.
Okay, perfect. That was the questions.
Yeah, it was just I can't tell the difference between gray and black apparently.
Yeah. Oh, you need to select your languages as well.
Oh yes, right. Yep. And my alignment, which are now put that in there.
Okay, and Briz and Jill, do you guys? Those are your character portraits you want to play with?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. I don't know if I've for our last ongoing campaign, I did a fistful of dollars riff, fistful of show bads was our poster for that one. Yeah. So I had to look a lot like that. It was a vest that was in your costume.
That's right. I remember that. Yeah, I remember the poster.
Okay, so we get this set up for you here. Briz. Okay. So everyone.
I think I'll get a hacking toolkit. That'd be fun.
So green is going to be your resolve points, blue will be stamina, red will be hit points. If you don't mind. Go, resolve points.
I've been trained by decades of game in the green as stamina, but that's fine. We'll figure it out.
Decades of I guess this is the way we use it when we played.
Yeah.
Blue. I can't think of a video game that used blue or used green. It's always been blue and red. Yeah.
Oh, it's like Skyrim or some of the other kind of fantasy games.
Yeah.
They have magic in there as well.
Yeah, so. I haven't played. I played a little bit of Elder Scrolls at one point, and I was like, "This is not for me." Well, again, it's the same thing of going through the Mass Effect. My friend who showed me the game and he gave me clone. This is when we were in law school. Copies of it. He's like, "It's great. There's fucking you got I've spent 120 hours in here." I'm like, "And you haven't finished? Fuck this game, man."
Have you started playing Mass Effect?
Yeah. I spent about 6 hours. It's great. It's just that I don't want to play for 90 hours.
Oh. Well, did you get to the Citadel?
Yes, I did.
Once you complete that little side section, which usually takes 3 to 4 hours, the game opens up for you. It's just way open.
And it's just not for me. I like it an awful lot. The bit I played, the game that I did play over the break that I really enjoyed was Titanfall 2 because it was a 6-hour campaign. And that's just I don't have the attention span for that's the thing with Elder Scrolls. It's awesome if you want to go and do whatever you want and find all these nooks and crannies. I've never been that kind of player. But the older BioWare games were shorter, like Dragon Age, the original one, was great because you could get it done in, 10, 12 hours. And that's about the level of investment I want.
I'm not seeing a price for field rations.
I guess you're starving, eh?
Well...
Don't worry, I got rules for it.
I found it.
Of course.
Oh, look at that! Once again, necessity is the mother of perceptiveness, I guess. Okay, I've got 2 set up so far. How are our other characters coming together, guys?
I've had so much shit to enter. It's insane.
That's every class if it helps.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, mine is crazy. And all my stuff is like 3 or 4 paragraphs of what they do.
And imagine if you also have spells.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
What do you think I didn't play Spellcaster?
Yeah, I found a...
Don't get that much, to be honest.
Well, that's true. It's just picking the spells. And I found a good... somebody in the community made spell cards.
Oh, which come out this month?
Which is great.
Also come out this
Oh,
month?
they actually making some. That's great.
Yeah.
That's one thing I've been missing. That's awesome.
Oh, that, and they've got one of the things I've been really enjoying when I've been running Pathfinder 2 has been the battle box, the bestiary battle box. They have this month, and then 2 months from now, the Alien Archive 1 and 2 come out this month, and then 3 and 4 come out in March. And it's the same thing, these big oversized ones that have the things on it. I'm just...
Oh, that's cool.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
That's great.
Okay, so we got Zill and Briz. We only have 5 characters in this campaign. I think I can start on portraits for these characters pretty quickly.
Yeah, there is not really a lot of nanocyte portraits. I looked.
Oh yeah, you're gonna go for a Vesk. There's a lot of Vesk stuff you can find online.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I know, but I'm just saying there's
might I make a
almost
suggestion
none.
as well, guys? What if Bone and Carl's characters are related?
Yeah, it could be.
Brother and sister. I'm gonna have a female Vesk. I don't see her as a big, bulky.
Yeah.
No.
What do you think, John?
Witcher.
Jeff?
Yeah, I love it.
Okay.
Her name is Druta. Druta.
Drew DeVos, love it.
Well, I don't know what his last name is, so you can choose the last name. We have a last name.
This is Retigarius.
Well, that's my name.
His full name, first name. If you like Voss, I mean, Retigarius Voss is also pretty fucking cool.
Okay.
Jeff, you dig on Voss?
Sure.
Okay.
It's our
Also,
clan name, I guess.
Bone Voss kind of sounds kind of cool too.
Every time.
You know, Knickknacks is all ready too. Looks like.
Okay. Well, so I need to get. I mean, I need to buy stuff now, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't bought anything
How much
yet.
wealth?
Do you have you'll have to add the weapon in, your Solarian weapon in separately too, Carl? Did you do that?
No, I'll do it.
Okay. Okay. Let's see here.
I do like the idea of the 2 Vesk siblings are their melee team.
Totally. We got this. Well, the kind of like because when he mentioned that he's from here too, like I really dig the idea of like you guys. This is the the last line with for Suskillen, so you guys finally actually join up together. It's kind of cool.
Do I have one more thing, or is that not till 2nd level? Okay, good. Not till 2nd level. Phew! Did it. Went through everything. Now I need to choose a feat.
It sounds like you were looking at feats yesterday too. That's awesome.
I did look through them a bit.
I'm glad you guys have found some interesting, cool stuff to select. Okay, so I think here we go.
What do you guys think?
You ready too?
Should I take a movement feat to get out into combat, or should I take the one that lets me stop people from getting past me?
But
What are they?
Good.
if one of you is focused on get up there and smash, and the other one prevents them from getting by you, that'd be a handy combo.
So the if I can, I have 2 powers at first level. So I have like a black hole that can, like the Death Knight grip can yank people towards me, or like a Burning Hands type of thing. So I guess we want to get him in close, fight him, and then burn him. I mean, I guess it's but I can hold adversaries to us if we need it, right? So.
Oh yeah, that with the black hole kind of thing.
Black hole, yeah.
It's gonna be cool.
I think I got it correct.
I have some crazy modifiers to some skills because.
Is that all I need, Kevin, on the Solarian sword?
Let me take a look here.
I don't know if I didn't see that it did anything critical.
That which didn't do anything?
That it, like a critic doesn't have a critical effect.
I don't think it does. Yeah, that looks right to me. Oh, is it it's basic melee? It doesn't make a difference. It's as long as you're proficient in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got a Solarian. Go ahead and make an attack roll with it.
Just click on it, right?
Yeah.
Not full attack.
There you go. Beautiful. Yep.
Okay.
Big hit too. And is it adding the right numbers here? +2. Yep. Looks good. Your strength modifier is +2. Yep.
Yep.
Pretty awesome.
Okay. Kev, so you said we're going to be doing this like theater of the mind.
Yep.
So I'll just read this feat to you, and you tell me if it's still going to be relevant in the way we're going to play or not.
Yep.
You can stop foes that try to move past you. Benefit: when a foe provokes an attack of opportunity by leaving a square you threaten, you can attempt a melee attack as a reaction against the foe's kinetic armor class +8. If you're successful, the enemy cannot take any further movement for the rest of its turn. The enemy can still take the rest of its actions, but cannot leave that square.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Like, if you guys are going to be running up and engaging in melee, there's no penalty to firing into melee in Starfinder. So, you know, the guns, you guys can feel free to run up, and the gunslingers aren't stuck with nothing to do. Yeah, and like we'll be able to figure out narratively what is engaged with you and not.
Hey, it did it! I dropped standstill onto my sheet.
Hell yes.
One
and then
thing worked.
you're still, let's see here, how are Drudas? Let's see if that Stellar Revelation wasn't displaying properly. I'm just gonna take a look at your abilities, Carl. Let's see here.
I tried to add as much as I needed.
Yeah, you've got nothing in Stellar Revelations though. There's no description in there.
Oh yeah, because I think it's just a placeholder for Black Hole and the other one.
Oh, okay. Oh God, I see what you mean. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, I'm not gonna. I just kind of put it there so I know what. So I'll start putting like all my Stellar Revelations under that.
Love it.
Like almost like a.
Yep. Okay. Pretty awesome. Okay, looks like everyone's
manifestation is.
Okay.
I just need like to get equipment, I think.
Yep.
Good.
Excellent. And then we need Druta and Bone to select your, what do you call it? Portrait. You guys' timing is almost perfect. We'll be, by the time the gear and the portraits are in, we will be at our mid-session break, and we come back and start playing some Starfinder. Took you 2 hours to get these characters. We'll see how long it takes me to kill them.
Do you have like the where the portraits are? They
you just have to do a Google search yourself. I've got a couple of pictures of Vesk on here.
Oh, okay.
Kevin keeps most of them on the internet.
Yeah. But if you do a Google image search for Vesk,
we don't take our drawings from the internet. We all hand sketch them really quickly. And
right.
No copyright, anything.
I will absolutely be drawing some portraits for you guys. I've drawn, I think, that same portrait for Brisbane like 3 times over the past couple of years.
Yeah. Just trying to make it easy.
Yeah, I like it. Repetition. All right. Very nice. Okay. John, you've been pretty quiet for a while. What have you been up to over there?
Just trying to find the best pharmaceuticals to make sure that if somebody drops down, I can get them back up.
Nice.
There we go.
And I have found some.
Speaking of sketchy internet searches.
What?
All right. So then.
Put your safe searches on.
Right.
Oh, we got Bone. Bone's got a portrait here. Bone, I'll get
All
you.
I need is equipment, which, I mean, depending on how fussed you are with this being complete before we start.
Definitely make sure you will not have
Well,
a
I
lot
mean,
of
as
money.
far as choosing my,
yeah,
I know.
you're not going to have an awful lot of money anyway, so.
No, but I mean, like, stuff like rations and
Yeah, no, that stuff's all
rope
very
and
critical.
torches and.
Yep. All
Okay.
you need to, whatever you don't have on you.
Because I haven't even looked at John's link yet.
Even if you look, you don't have a lot of money to spend on. There's just not a lot that you get to start with. And
Stuff we can buy once we start.
you're in the middle of a planetary invasion. Guess we'll have to see. You're not like from the time we start playing until the time you guys are set
Okay.
out.
So you're saying we can buy what we need now, but anything in the future isn't guaranteed.
Precisely.
Gotcha.
So something is wrong with your character sheet, Jeff, because I don't think you should have more than one, what do you call it, resolve point.
Oh, I might not have typed any of that in yet.
Hold on here. No, hold on. How many stamina points do you get as a nanocyte?
Stamina point. 6 plus
6.
your something?
Yeah.
Or just 6?
Okay. Okay, there we go. That's calculating properly now.
Okay.
It was the same thing. You just didn't
I
put
might have
level
just
in.
not typed something in,
Oh,
right?
you just didn't put your level in. Was all on that. When you add the class in, you just need to select anything that's grayed out. It won't count it unless you actually put something in.
What's your grenades?
Okay. That's
John, your wonderful cheat sheet didn't have anything with my character
Nanocyte?
class in it. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, well, I guess it was done before that came out.
Tech. What do you call it? The Tech Revolution only came out, I think, like November, so it's pretty new.
Okay, hold on. So armor. So you're saying there's 2 types of armor.
Do you have like light armor you're proficient with?
Yeah.
Because if you get the second skin armor, it's 250. You can get a +2 to your kinetic AC and 1 to your energy. It's pretty good.
Okay.
The light armor, you said?
Yes.
Yep, and it doesn't have any kind of armor penalty.
Well, as Vesk, I do get 1 less armor penalty.
Oh, interesting. Then there is
yeah.
one better armor. What's it called?
Where
Is
are we?
armor
Where
perform-
are we sending you the pictures? Are we just putting it on? The...
Oh no, just add it to your character. Don't send it to me. Just add it to your. You should be able to add an illustration.
Is armor before weapons? No. What?
It's after.
Where the hell is armor?
It's after. It's after. It's a bit after.
Oh,
Page
goodness.
196.
Yep.
Oh, way after. Holy Toledo.
So yeah. So there's the S-Tex suit. Probably not good. It's probably not worth it.
Light armor. So I have 3 options, right? It has to be level 1.
Correct.
Oh.
Second skin probably is
No,
the
no.
best
If you have the
one.
money for it, you can buy more expensive armor, like a level.
Yeah, that's a misconception that people have. Oh, you can only get equipment your level. But no,
Yeah, the only
it's
thing
money,
is
it's money based.
your character's ability to manifest stuff through your nanocyte ability, that's restricted to your level. So you can only manifest gear of your level or less. But
Right,
you can
but I was
purchase.
gonna buy my armor and then manifest my weapons.
Yep.
That's what I was
Oh.
thinking.
You can get
Yeah.
Kasathan Microcord cost 460, plus 1 to EAC, plus 3 to KAC. Your dex is going to be ass anyway, so you don't need to worry about the bonus. And armor check penalty is -1.
That's the thing
we
that I
reduce,
get.
yeah.
Ignore
I
anyway.
reduce with my Vesk.
Yep, so you'd
Body.
reduce that down to 0. So you could. That's probably your best option if you got the money.
And you don't get feats except if your class says so or something.
You get 1 feat.
one.
So that's
1 feet, yeah.
Kasatha micro.
That's your human. You get 2.
Yeah.
What feat did you
Man.
take, George? Oh, we got Drew.
I like to make things simple, as long as I go with my character. So I picked improved initiative, and I picked weapon focus, small arms.
Nice.
So I'll be using those constantly. It sounds like.
Yep.
Okay, we have $1,000, right?
Yeah.
1,000 credits.
Or credits here. 1,000 digits.
Quatloos.
Quatloos. Or where are we from? There's scholars.
Okay, setting up the tokens here.
Yeah. And so Kevin was also saying I should buy food and all those things.
I got 3 weeks of food.
I mean, if we want to explore the. Make sure you're keeping track of your encumbrance too, because you guys will be traveling on foot.
Okay, but wait. I gotta go back to weapons for a second.
Okay, and
Jonathan, what's food called? It's not rations.
You're not going to find it in the drop down. It's field rations. You'll find it in the book.
Okay.
But it's like
I thought I was going crazy. So okay.
It's under
I could not find it.
trade goods or whatever after.
So the weapons jumped from like level 2 to level 7.
In different categories. So this is where the armory is. It's really frustrating that they don't have the armory in here, because the armory sort of fills out every level for every kind of weapon that has a gap in it in the core rulebook.
Oh.
As long as, like, honestly, with like what you'll be able to find something to start with, and that's good enough for now. You don't need to suffer over what type of, like. You could try and like worry about like someone's got one that does cold damage and one that does fire damage or whatnot too, but like it really won't matter that much.
Okay. Yeah, like I just don't know the difference of like.
Just pick one and it'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
what kind of weapon do you want to fight with? What is the nanosite trained in or proficient in? The pictures have him with a great big fuck-off gun, so basic and advanced melee, small arms and long arms, so just not like cannons and stuff. So that's the stuff you want to look at is things that are proficient with small arms, long arms, advanced melee weapons, and basic. Once you hit level 3, one of the things you want to bear in mind is that long arms and melee weapons, you get to add your level to them. Small arms, you only add half of your level. Because everyone gets this ability called weapon specialization.
Well, I'm just going to take a long sword.
Okay.
I do have an ability, so like I went with, here, I'll click on this and see if it works. I went with obliteration for my
one thing to consider too, Jeff, if you haven't selected your major and minor forms too, is while you're looking through this, if there's level 1 stuff that looks cool but you don't want to bother having it all the time, just jot it down as something you can, form your nanites into.
Right. And then I have this. So weapons you form with your gear array gain the penetrating and boost 1d4 special properties.
Okay, so hold on. I think you've put the narrative flair, but not the actual rules under obliteration.
No, but obliteration is just that's just.
The and it gives you the unstoppable nanites?
Yes, I just clicked on both just so you could see them, but.
Oh, badass. So, boost does. Hold on here.
So that's what I was saying. Like, it kind of,
I think boost is if you use extra ammo, it does more damage or something like that. There's the.
I think I have to add something to my armor savant to stop it from giving me the penalty from my armor that I added. Oops, I didn't mean to click on it. Edit.
You can just adjust your.
Where do you put the mechanical stuff?
Under the mods.
Under the mods.
And I think and you have to be very specific with it. I think it's -1 armor to armor check.
Okay,
is what you put in. I think.
Yeah, I'm trying to add in the -1 to armor penalty, but I can't. It's still showing up on the skills.
Yeah, if it does, just go into the actual piece of equipment and just reduce the penalty by 1, or remove it if it's a -1.
Yeah.
How do we figure out the saving throws for grenades?
Saving throw for grenades are equal to their. I was looking at that today. It's like 184.
I guess you'd have to check what.
Most of these things are based on it's 10 plus half of the grenade's item level plus your dexterity modifier. So the DC.
Got it.
Yeah.
We just put the feat in as an ability.
Yes. And then sorry, I'm looking up the, here it is. Okay. Boost. You charge up the weapon, a weapon with a special property as a move action. So if you got the boost thing, Jeff, you spend a move action to like charge it up, and then it gets whatever the ability is. So I think it does 1d4 extra damage, and it gains penetrating, which means it ignores an amount of hardness equal to the weapon's level. So in your case, it would be level 1. So you ignore 1 hardness.
Cool.
Okay. And let's see here. Were you able to get that in, Carl?
I don't know. Well, all my skills are showing orange, so I don't know.
I don't.
Let's see here.
So armor check didn't do it, unless you have to capitalize or something that I don't know.
I think, yeah, AC. So hold on. You need to be, as I said, guys, you need to be very specific in your in what you're putting down. Let's see here. There we go. Okay, so stealth. Your dex is what? Plus
2.
1.
That's right now.
3, plus 3. So okay, so it's right now. So what you have to put in, Jeff, is -1, 2. Here, I'll put it in chat. Actually, it's probably easier. I think that's what I put. Yeah, there you go. Thanks, Carl.
Oh, okay. I'm just missing the word penalty.
Yeah. Like I said, it needs to be very, very specific.
But now I got it. You can add multiple things to it. I just another
Yeah, you just have to
line.
hit enter and then put it in on the next line.
Yeah.
It just can't be on the same line.
+1 to EAC, and then +1 to.
Oops, I don't mean to keep clicking on it.
That's okay.
I'm trying to edit it.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to start copying down everyone's.
Is there a way to like activate it, or?
It should be active already, unless you've set it up to be something that needs to be toggled. It should be working already. Oh, Nat 1. First Nat 1's coming up.
Well, at least it wasn't in play.
With a sticky grenade, too. Let's see here, Jeff. How is that looking?
You can only add one thing.
Okay, -1 to armor check penalty. Here you go. Okay. Then you click over here. And what is going on?
You have to click somewhere?
Hold on here.
I'm just trying to figure out how the sheet works.
Yeah. Level 1 with the mods here.
That should be 11.
Okay.
Oh, here it says ACP.
Yeah, no, it should work with that, though, because that's how we worked it on... Let's see, -1 to armor check penalty.
1, 2.
Yeah, I don't know why that's not working for you. What's your dexterity?
12, so it's...
Dexterity is +1, so it should have been 3. So I don't know. Here we go. Hold on.
No, it is right. I mean, the number's right. It just has the down arrow, I guess. But it took away... No, it took away my bonus to my athletics that I had before.
Have you been adding equipment? Sometimes if you put like a number in there in a light or a bulk, it'll multiply it and then give you like encumbrance penalties.
Oh, yeah.
I had that happen when I tried to add darts, and then it like shot me way down. I had to fix that.
The only thing I have is that armor. Maybe that's just an encumbrance penalty, not a armor check penalty.
Yeah, you've only got 1 as what you're carrying.
Weird.
Oh, and I'm encumbered at 9.
So that's not it then. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see here.
I'm tempted to just try putting ACP. Oh, wait. Maybe...
Here, I'm going to try something different here. So I just took away the penalty in your armor.
Yeah, okay, sure.
That'll work for now.
I'll just remember that. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's fine. It works too.
Oh,
Yeah,
and-
now it's not adding. I don't know. Maybe I'll just delete armor savant and put it in. It's not adding our racial bonus.
what's not adding?
Like we have a racial bonus.
How did you
plus
enter
one
it?
to I put armor savant +1 to EAC +1.
No,
to,
let me take a look here, Carl. Just let's see.
it just keeps deleting it.
Oh, is there actually a
Okay.
bonus to that?
Okay, hold on. Where's your? Okay, so Carl, don't touch anything. I'm just gonna
Not
try
touch
and
anything.
see if I can.
We're learning the sheets.
Yeah. I should have a 13, 15, right?
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so again, like you have to be very. It needs to be plus the plus sign, whatever the number is, space 2TO space EAC all caps. Enter for a new line, then +1 space TO space KAC, just like coding.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. Okay. Well, I think when we changed the ACP originally, it did something weird, but now you fixed it, so it's
Okay.
cool.
Perfect.
Cool.
All right,
All right.
and
So that's 460. So we still have money.
okay, so go ahead and spend your money,
We had
guys.
1,000 credits, right? 1,000 credits.
1,000
Yeah.
credits, yeah. You don't get any gear for free, unfortunately.
I've spent all but 13 of mine.
Okay, now
Nice.
Jeffrey.
540.
Okay, let me make this quick change for you here, Jeff. I'll do that.
Yeah, sure. You know what
Okay.
you're doing.
There you go. So you got your bonus to EAC and KAC.
Okay, cool. Then I need to have a long. Add my longs. So for the major and minor items, should I mark that they are nanite stuff or something?
Sure. Yeah. Whatever. However you want to keep track of that yourself.
Yeah.
Just be aware that you don't have whatever you, as long as you're marking it as the stuff. You could maybe even change the name to being like nanite longsword or nanite whatever the
Yeah.
heck it is.
Yeah. Okay.
That'd be a helpful way to do that. Have you finished browsing your drugs, John?
There's only like a few that I wanted, and I picked one.
Okay.
It's basically something that, I click on it.
What did you go with for your exocomp there, Dave?
For the bonus for. I went with actually a medicine bonus.
Oh, interesting. And is that calculating correctly? Look at that. Like a pro. All
And my
right.
sheet is ready for perusal if you'd like to look at it.
Sure. Let's see here. Swarm spy. Yep, no, that's correct. Uh-huh. What's you got here? Okay, your gear looks good. You have spent 1,987.
There is 1,000 on there that started. I could know how to get rid of that, but I've only spent the 987. It just that. I got the cost right there.
So does the gear still add to my gear load if it's the nanite stuff?
You can zero it out.
To your load, yeah, you can edit any of the gear.
Someone check. Nanites.
Okay.
So
No, it looks good, John, and that's actually something I really dig about this game as well. Is being able to picking sci-fi gear is always fucking fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
what about picking like mundane world projectile shit? That sounds kind of fun too.
Yep. And remarkably effective in some things. There are circumstances that can affect energy weapons, and certain things are just. Generally speaking, the EAC is usually lower for certain things. So weapons, the projectile weapons will target the KAC, but yeah. Okay, so what information do?
So,
Go ahead, Jeff.
Is a long weapon like a rifle or what?
A long arm is a rifle. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I should take some kind of gun too.
Yeah.
These are some pretty badass characters, guys.
Yeah.
I look forward to making their lives challenging. I watched Aliens last night, and then I started watching it again before the session to make sure I was in the right mindset. I've seen that film so many freaking times. I think Tremors is one of the only films I've seen more times than Aliens. And George, you appreciate when I was in film studies, I actually wrote a term paper on aliens.
Oh, really?
Yep. The parallels of motherhood in Aliens.
Yeah, that's great.
Is a scattergun a shotgun?
Basically, yeah. I think there are shotguns too, though. Space shotguns.
So, is there like armor?
Yep.
Maybe I just haven't found it yet.
Page
It's after all the
196.
Like quite a bit after the weapons.
Page
Yeah.
196.
Okay, yeah. I'm like, I could buy a couple of weapons, but wait a second, I don't have any armor.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's why.
Okay. So we got there our medic, got our engineer, our Solarian. That's a great illustration you picked too there, Carl. Love it.
Yeah.
If you would mind changing your display name to your character name as well as you, George, please.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
Sorry
know, yeah,
about that.
with the new fucking Roll20 setup.
Second skin.
Okay.
Trying to figure out how to calculate my DC for my stuff.
For what stuff?
For my biohacker class abilities.
It should say
Biohacks.
it'll say in the character section.
Yeah, I must have missed it like 3 times.
What is it you're looking for, John? I got the
Well,
book right here.
it's my biohacks. So
Your biohacks. Okay, let's see
I can
here.
see how many times I compare them.
Yeah, that's okay. Let's take a look here. Gives me an excuse. Honestly, like this stuff helps me get familiar with these books. So, because I don't know those 3 classes: the witch, or weird witch, or whatever. The biohacker,
Witch warper.
and the witch
Yeah,
warper.
Witch Warper was interesting.
Yeah. Any character who was built as a, like when I was doing cognates of different characters, I used that for sorcerers. Okay. All right. So which one has a difficulty class?
The biohacks, it's probably the inhibitors because the boosters are just out.
Well, does it say that they have a save against it?
I'm not seeing one.
So
But
I don't think like unless it says it has a save, then it doesn't.
The reason I ask is because the critical effect on my needle gun says the injection DC goes up by 2. So
Then that's in relation to the certain gear, not to your biohacks.
so I hit them, they get injected with bad stuff. Got it. Cool.
So, yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Where's needle gun? Let's make sure this works.
Any of you guys created a backpack yet where it holds all the stuff and I can just drag and drop and it creates all of my items? No?
Not yet.
Use a Starfinder kit
Okay.
for lazy players?
I do like that they have that in some games where it's like, here's a starting package if you want to just like get
Yep.
going.
100% agree.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, most modern fantasy games have that in them, and that's very helpful. It's
Yeah.
nice in the character builder for Pathfinder 2 for Hero Lab Online. It's the same thing too. You can just drag and drop, and it'll give you like auto gear for almost all the classes.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, it's super helpful.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. All right, so handgun, have medicine or poison. Let's see here.
Oh, I should see what Solarian's gonna do.
Okay, so it still uses normal ammo. Where the heck do I purchase ammo?
Okay, John,
It's a battery.
I don't know if you can use your needle gun for delivering biohacks. It says you deliver it using a physical syringe from your custom micro lab that you wield in one hand.
Yeah, it also has you can deliver any biohack you create with any attack from an injection weapon.
Where does it say that?
It's the the paragraph right above the using a physical syringe. The only difference is with physical syringe.
Oh, okay, yeah. I stand corrected.
So I had to read that a few times.
So you must declare prior to the attack roll that you're using a biohack, and specify what effect you're using. But you select. Yeah, you're fucking Anna from Overwatch. That's awesome.
Yeah, the trade-off is if I miss with the ejection ranged attack, I waste it. If I miss with the syringe, I don't.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's awesome. Yeah, it is. You're Anna. I love it. I mean, I hate that character, but I love it. I'm not very good with her. She has her character. She uses these like healing or harming nano injections, and then she can like throw a thing on the ground that does an AOE kind of heal. But the level of it's a sniper rifle, and the level of precision required is just beyond my skill. There's another character who all he does is shoot grenades out and throws mines. His name's Junkrat, and he's awesome.
Cool.
He also has a bear trap he throws in the ground, which is fucking awesome, because you can put both the bear trap and the mine in the same place, and as soon as you see it's triggered, you set the mine off and make someone's day bad.
Oh, I forgot a very important thing. Alignment. How is my character aligned? Is it good? Is it evil?
Yeah.
All right.
Shirans value their freedom above all else, so if he's serving in the military, he's either neutral or tends towards lawful.
Okay. Well, you guys also can decide whether, it sounds like all of these characters are volunteers, rather than being press ganged in, but how are we doing for gear? I think Jill is done.
I'm still.
Kate Briz is done.
I just need stuff like food.
Where did you guys
find? That is basically 1 credit per week worth of food, Jeff.
Oh, okay.
It's just the weight that you need to be mindful of.
Yeah.
Are they just called rations?
Field rations.
Yeah. And it's 1 bulk per week.
Well, 1 light bulk per week. Right?
Oh, it just said 1. Didn't say L.
Yeah, but it's 1. That would make more sense.
See. Oh, no, you're right. It is 1. You are totally right.
Yeah, I was wondering why you're carrying so much. 8 weeks, I think. 8 bulk adds up pretty quick.
It does.
Yeah. Okay, and Dave, how are you doing? Have you been able to find the armor you want? And
yeah, I've got armor and a pistol, and I'm adding ammo and then the rest of the stuff.
Okay, good stuff.
I'm gonna make Zill lawful neutral.
Nice. All right, I have.
So wait, L is 10-1 for bulk?
I think so.
L, I believe that sounds right.
Sounds right.
Yeah.
Okay.
10-1?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
How much is ammo?
It says
there's different ones you can get, Carl. It's under ammunition, and it's under the types of battery you get.
Okay. Just after the weapons?
Correct, and there'll be a page 179, so there'll be high capacity, ultra high capacity, etc., or regular batteries.
Now I have 3 minor items that my nanites can make.
And the minor has to be, it's non-weapons and...
non-armor.
Yeah. I mean,
so they are...
Could be things like...
technological items, yeah.
One of the things that is in your... all of your armor, as long as you guys have purchased armor, it can be sealed. So at will, it can be sealed for up to a day, or 24 hours technically, and all of them have lights on them as well. So you can activate some kind of headlight if you like.
I purchased a spare comm unit and a spare flashlight just in case they break.
Good call.
I got light.
Okay. I think...
Solarians have like the light spell, but I can turn it off.
Do Vesks have dark vision?
No, they have low light vision.
Oh, okay. It's one of the few, yeah.
Just so everybody knows, I took a alternate class feature for biohacker called auto injector, so I can load you up with a injection that's set to go off at a specific. Something happens, like you need to make a fort save or you take damage, like at the beginning of the day. So it's like a preemptive kind of thing.
Okay.
Cool.
So if you know, it takes, I think 10 minutes. Yeah, it takes 10 minutes to do it.
Awesome.
Cool.
All right.
I lost my minor boost and minor inhibitors for those, but that's okay.
Sounds good.
Does everyone have a comm unit?
No.
Those come standard in your suit.
Do they?
Oh, right.
Yeah, you have
Yeah.
one in your suit. You just want to have a separate one.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get a backup.
Do you want a backup? If your suit goes out,
Get a backup. I got one.
yeah.
Ooh, a
Okay.
fire extinguisher. How about that?
Yeah, put your friend out.
It's a funny thing to have. My nanites turn into.
Where is your weight carried and your?
Oh, it's encumbrance. If you go to equipment, if you're on that tab, it's like just under equipment. It says 2 carried for mine, 6 encumbered.
John, does Jill have a dark vision?
No, he has blind sense vibration.
Okay. It's 30 feet, right?
Yes.
Okay. So put 30 feet
I'm
in.
gonna double check just to make sure I didn't miss anything.
And does Knickknack have, or Knickknacks have dark vision? After me bellyaching about everyone in Starfinder having dark vision, it's the first Starfinder group I've had where no one has it. I can look it up, Dave. Sorry, if you're doing something, let me. I can quickly do that right now. I'm just setting up your tokens to make sure you get the correct stuff. You do not.
Nope, I don't think so.
Nice, normal vision then.
Just saying.
Okay, so I need to find some dark vision goggles. Where are those?
Oh yeah.
You
Zeal
actually
is telepathic.
you can get a dark vision kit for your armor.
So
Those are expensive.
the minor items I know then all have to be level 1. That's right?
The minor items, yes, that's correct. And the major items, like all of your nanite
Yeah,
created
yeah.
things, yeah.
Yeah. For the weapons, I chose level
Yeah.
1 stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, a
Okay.
toolkit sounds useful.
So how are we sounding, guys? Sounds like almost we. Okay, Zill's good to go. Briz is good to go.
So food you said is 1 credit per.
Yeah. Oh, Carl, can I ask you to
week.
change your display name to Druda as well?
Drudo.
Yeah. Because
So it
I
looks
will
like-
forget.
Dark vision 60 feet costs $17.50.
Wow.
That's a level 3 for 60 feet. So, jeez.
Someone on Twitter was like, "Thank you, One Ring. This is very helpful." Generally speaking, every session tends to follow the same structure. Number 1, introduction. Number 2, scenes. Number 3, end of session.
That's crazy that it works that way.
Really breaking new ground with that raw RPG. Like, there's nothing else you could put in there? No? Oh, man. Well, I like it. It's generally speaking, what is the exception that happens there?
Maybe no scenes.
Yeah.
Introduce characters
Show up,
end session.
get distracted by something on TV.
That's right.
Choking a peanut. All right. So, Jill's gone. How is Bone coming together?
Just doing my 3 minor items.
Awesome. So,
I'm
I'm
almost done.
pretty awesome.
Oh, I should change this to see. Alright.
Should we worship a deity?
For amongst the Shirin on Saskillen,
Like Hyaxel or something, right?
it is Hylax, yeah, the Forever Queen.
Okay.
Lawful good goddess of diplomacy, first contact, friendship, and peace. And her symbol is a Shirin head crowned with stars. Unsurprisingly, that goddess may play a pretty significant role in this adventure. Being that she is a goddess of insects type humanoids.
trying to wrap my head around my vision for Zill and that description of the goddess. Where is it?
Come on, over here. Good girl. Anna says hi to everyone. Someone just woke up.
Setting. Here we go.
Goober.
Gods,
Goober.
faith, and religion.
Okay, so then, Druda, how is your gear coming together?
I'm just getting food.
Nice. And then, Bone, you're done?
Kind of, yeah. I just have to pick two like minor little things.
Okay.
And how are we doing?
I just have to decide like shovel or I don't know, whatever the hell. You know.
And how are we doing?
That stuff could be, determinative. Sorry, Dave, I was talking over you.
That's right. I was trying to jump in with how are we doing field rations?
So far,
It's 1 credit per week
Yep.
and 1 bulk per week.
1 bulk per week, yeah.
It took 2 weeks.
Yeah, me too.
Seemed like a happy medium of
Well,
nothing starve.
the
And
gear that you guys are carrying, you can assume, is what you've been supplied, what the SDF has supplied you with as well. So whatever you've got is sort of the gear that has been provided. You do all have uniforms at this point of the war are pretty ramshackle. So, the fact that you guys will have different kinds of armor and different firearms and things like that kind of fits with the level of desperation that the SDF is at right now.
Mm-hmm.
6 months of constant war against a implacable, seemingly mindless enemy makes for desperate times on Suskelon. I actually like Suskelon better. I think that's how I'm going to pronounce it from now on.
no, it's not very it's not very clear, Kevin. As far as like if I pick a lantern or something like that, like it's assumed that the nanites can create light.
Whatever,
I mean,
whatever piece of equipment it's forming, it can do whatever that piece of equipment can do.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be good to have something.
Yeah, I mean, I have low light and my solar manifestation, but I brought a flashlight also.
Come on.
Well, I'm gonna take a comm unit and
Me too.
a lantern
move.
that the nanites can form. So, like, even if we get, let's say, captured or gear stripped, I can still make those two things, no matter what, essentially, as long as I'm alive.
Okay. I decided that Zill will be a follower of Hylax, if only lip service to a certain degree. He is a member of the church.
Okay. I'm glad he made it his way through that long, dark of the night of the soul and found his faith in highlights.
It's more of a means to the end.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see if that No Atheist in a Foxhole holds out in this game.
Okay.
Right.
All right. So has everyone? I think are we done, guys? Has everyone made their character?
Yeah, just like alignment and stuff.
Fan-frickin-tastic. All right. So then, would everyone kindly put in chat what their let's see here, what their KAC, their EAC, and their perception bonus is, please.
Yes.
That'd be great, and I'll go left right here. Briz. Knack.
Mine feels really low.
Druda.
Well, we're just
My
started.
AC
right?
anyway.
Jill.
Yeah.
And what perception?
All right. Yeah, it does. They do feel low to start with here, but it does get up. Okay, so Briz, KAC 15, EAC 14, perception +5. Yeah, hello. I swear, the fucking internal clock on this pup is unbelievable. Okay.
She keeps us on track.
Definitely. When we're having slightly shifted schedules on Sundays now, it's going to screw her up.
Right.
Okay, perception +4 for Bone. Knick-knack, what is... Oh, you're adding it in. Druda, KAC 15. Cool. EAC.
Trying to be thankful I took perception.
Okay. Perception +4. Nice. And Jill, KAC 14. EAC 13. Perception plus 7. Okay, awesome.
Oh, you guys need me so much. Good perception.
I don't know how you guys got such high ACs. Holy crap.
Thick decks.
Heavier armor in some cases, I think.
Oh, probably, yeah. I'm only allowed light armor.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've only got 14 decks and second skin armor.
All right. So, guys, let's take our mid-session break right now, and then we will come back and we will get our recruits out and in service to the SDF. So, for those listening at home, we'll be back momentarily. All right. So the only upside to not being able to go home for Christmas was that my, what do you call it? Some Christmas gifts and Christmas baking showed up after Christmas. So my folks sent me Christmas baking that I got to devour after Christmas. It only showed up after New Year's. I put a mail hold thinking I was going to be going home, and then I tried canceling it, but it didn't, I guess, take. So all my mail showed up yesterday. Including cookies. All right. Everyone can see everyone's token. Is that right? Oh, you know what I'll do as well? Let me, now you got the characters, let me edit these suckers so only you guys can see. Let's see here. Trota. There we go. Boom. Brisbane. Okay. So having gone through the full character gen now, how are you guys feeling about these characters?
They were more complex than I thought. But I like that.
I do think that is a part of the game, and so it just depends on if you enjoy that part of it or you don't.
I do.
Yeah. So I feel like these characters are already badass, like you were saying, Kevin. But it does take a bit of time to make the choices, like Jeff was mentioning, which I always found to be the case. And I played lots of different character classes, and they all have a similar level of time required to put it together. But it's fun too to do it. So it just depends on what you like.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah, the game definitely does not suit the pick up and although it's 2 hours for care gen for some of you guys are like first time you're making a character in Starfinder.
Yeah.
That's not unreasonable. It's
Well,
not.
honestly,
Okay, Jeff.
I was gonna say that's a big difference between the compendium being drag and drop and not, because that took me tons of time
To enter the stuff, yeah, for sure.
pasting and
True.
Yeah.
deleting.
As I'm making a character in the character builder, what I plan on doing over the next little bit is I'll build these characters in rebuild what you've got here in the character builder, and I'll print you out PDFs, so you'll have PDF versions of the characters as well. I know,
Awesome.
George, you hate printing stuff off, but I mean,
I'm literally surrounded by printed things.
All right. So I think we've got everyone back now. Everyone has all their gear. Anything left before you get on the transport for Camp Cavalier, guys? Last call.
Yeah, I'm just putting. So I was going to ask about like tools. There's a toolkit. Is that
Yes.
like?
They're specific to the different tasks. So you might want like an engineer's toolkit, or
I might want to save up for an engineer's
What's it cost?
$445.
Now hold on. I think as your class, don't you get something like that as a mechanic?
There's an engineering kit versus an engineering toolkit. I mean, I think they're different.
Let me check.
You get a custom rig. You've created a custom toolkit that you can use. Oh, you said yours was med kit, right? Medical specialized.
What? No, that med specialization is my implants.
Oh, I see. Okay, so then your custom rig.
Oh, the engineering toolkit is only 20.
yeah, it's only 20. The specialty one is 400 and whatever.
Oh.
And when you're with your custom rig, Dave, when using the rig, you always count as having the appropriate tool or basic kit for any computers or engineering checks that you attempt.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was thinking that's for like hacking into systems and
Yeah.
whatnot.
Okay.
But like for actually doing like repairs and things, I would just need to buy the engineering kit.
Your custom rig actually will do that from the sounds of things. So you don't need to pick one thing. Your custom rig as a mechanic is sort of like all the gear you need.
Okay.
Like my custom kit thing counts as a medikit and a chemolizer.
Nice.
So I can buy more grenades is what you're saying.
Yes.
Why would you not?
I'm just, I don't really know, but But I don't need to buy the tools.
Okay. So let's see
Lost my
here.
page.
Where's the one I wanted
So,
here?
aside from rations, backpack, tent, hygiene kit, is there anything glaring that I haven't played Starfinder in a long time?
You got a hygiene kit so you don't get super smelly and diseased.
Not so when I put my suit on, I don't have like bad breath putting back into my nose.
Well, I did buy 2 serums of healing.
Oh,
Just
so there's like
in
medical
case.
kits and stuff?
Well, if you want to get healing, they're like 50 credits each. Mark 1, they heal D8.
That is where.
Okay.
This one here.
Is that under the medical supplies?
I think you can find that in the compendium.
Yeah.
Have
Serum,
you searched the
serum of
compendium
healing.
for it because that's from the core rulebook?
I like to read paper.
I put double brackets in
Well,
there
you're gonna have
so
to
I
drag
can
and drop
roll
into
it, so.
I mentioned that because of the drag and drop feature more.
How much is that thing cost?
50.
Oh yeah, I have a little bit left. I might as well.
Yeah, I put double brackets in my description so it would roll the D8 instead of just showing the D8.
Serum of healing?
Yeah. All right.
Serum of healing mark 1. Take one of those.
Okay.
And if you edit it, what'd you say? So it's square brackets?
Yeah,
Roll?
2 square brackets either side.
Yeah, and then it'll roll for you.
Oh, it doesn't actually put the text in these
Nope.
things.
You have to paste it.
Oh. Balls. Just noticed that. Well, more copying and pasting.
Okay. All right, while we're doing that, I'm going to get our music shifted here, I think. This is our care gen music. Which was the one I wanted for as too loud?
How did I go from 873 to...
Oh, okay, that's supposed to be gone. Deleted.
That
That's
worked.
the one I want.
So if you change the number, you don't need to change the cost? Or does it...
Yeah, if you change the quantity, it'll count the cost twice towards your
Yep.
health.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think I screwed that up then on my frag grenade. I changed it from number 3 and cost 105 instead of 35.
Yeah.
It's double brackets, Jeff. You gotta have
Like-
2 either side.
On each
Oh.
side.
Square, square, 1d8, square, square.
Okay.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay. Then, guys, are we good to go here?
Yeah. I'm still
All right.
cutting and pasting a little bit, but I'm ready to go.
Okay. So let me. We don't do.
It's 1d8 square square?
No, it's square, square, 1d8, square, square.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, right. It's rolling it. I can't
no.
type it into the chat. I guess I could do this. Maybe. No, it'll never work. I'm not going to waste time on that. Anyway.
I've tried many ways of like
Yeah.
quotating around it. No, it errors out or something.
Yep. Yep.
All right. I think this is what I want here. Yes. Nope. Not that one. I want. I think this one. Yes. All right, guys. So it has been. Are we all good to go here?
Yep. Yep.
Nope. Wrong thing.
Buy an extra smoke grenade, I think.
Good call.
I'm always for that.
Okay.
Well, now that I had, like, I fixed the cost because I had raised the cost from 35 to 105 and then added the multiples, so it looked like my money was gone. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, what happened to my money's okay.
Okay, so you guys, our scene opens with you guys. Actually, this is not. It's a little too intense for music right now. Maybe it's here. It's not that one. It's this one.
The double click finally got me. I have to roll 20. If you double click the chat, it pops it out, and there's literally no way to restore it.
To pop out what?
The chat.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Oh, it's so annoying.
Okay.
Works for me.
How do you restore it?
If you hit that little tab thing, there should be a tab you can click on just to the right of the scroll, the zoom slider.
Is it back in now, Jeff? Or
Well, if I fixed it.
okay. All right, guys. It has been 6 months since the swarm first came to Suskalon. Those of you who are from Suskalon, so Jill, Druda, Bone, Nick-Nack is not from here. Nick-Nack has been living here, though, for the last couple of years. It has been a marked difference in the pace of life. What at first was something that was seemingly affecting only the military has, over the past 6 months, become something that is an all-encompassing presence. This is something that every single moment of every single day, any inhabitant of Suskalon is, any Suskaloner is aware of the progress and the way the war has been going between the SDF and the Swarm. Briz, you are a recent addition to this. You're one of the stragglers who came in, but you're certainly not the only one. If you were to estimate, you would guess that at least 3/4 of the transport that brought you here would have been other mercs, mercenaries, hired guns, people who were looking to make a quick buck. As you were making your way through the initial training with the SDF, getting outfitted with your gear and such, you are finding that there are people from not only all over Suskalon, but also from the Pact Worlds and from the Veskarium. The Pact Worlds and Veskarium defeated the Swarm not long ago. It is. So I'm just going to look it up because I can't remember offhand. I know the year is 319 after the Gap, and the Swarm was defeated in 291 after Gap. So it's been about 27 years, 28 years since the Swarm was driven back. You guys have heard a number of different things. Each of you has those rumors that your characters have heard.
All
but
right.
one of the things that all of you have heard is that you've heard that the war is going well, you've heard that the war is going poorly. You definitely have heard that the native Suskaloners would know that because Suskalon has kept its independence and has thrived for the last 200 years because of its independence, it has not sought help from either the Veskarium or the Pact Worlds directly. There's no Pact Worlds force, there's no Veskarium fleet that's showing up to deal with the Swarm. And the more things go on here, the more that some Suskaloners are beginning to question whether keeping independence out here in the vast is worth potentially losing the entire planet to the Swarm. As you guys are rolling up towards the place where not you were training, but where you're actually going to be deployed as part of the SDF, you look around this ramshackle transport, and outside the wind is howling as you roll up towards Camp Cavalier. Camp Cavalier is located not far outside of Brinoa, the capital city. Capital city's got to have somewhere in the neighborhood of about 500,000 inhabitants. It is a very active spaceport. The earlier illustration we looked at, I think, would have depicted, Brinoa in the background there. But now, oops, life's a lot harder. In the 6 months since the swarm has arrived, this has also provided an opportunity for one of the dead winters to set in. And it is brutally cold outside. You are all quite grateful for the full environmental protection offered by your various armors. The only two of you who I think actually know each other are Bone and Druta. You guys arrive, come rolling through the gates into Camp Cavalier, which looks like it is... this is part of the famed 5th Battalion. And you know that 5th Battalion was the first unit from the SDF that actually encountered the swarm, and at great cost to the 5th Battalion, it was the first one to hold the line, as it were, against the swarm, at least long enough for other units to arrive and to engage them. 5th has also continued to be sort of in the vanguard of the war against the swarm, but you've heard mixed things as to how things are going. All you know now is that you need to be arriving here, reporting for duty, and that you need to, you'll be soon seeing conflict. There's no shortage of violence to be found with the swarm. As you guys arrive at Camp Cavalier, there's a bit of mulling around. There are sergeants, people who, from their various injuries and, either on their obvious things on their face or, the fact that they have cybernetic limbs replacing certain things, certain parts of their body, they are barking out orders, directing you into certain groups. The 5 of you are all bundled together by one of these shouting humans. This guy has a missing eye, and one of his hands, the one he's gesturing at, is an older, stock kind of, cybernetic hand. As you guys are making as you're sort of pushed together, you have a chance to look at each other, and you overhear a name. And what the person says, wait here until Major Jaldamarik is ready to see you. And the name Jaldamarik may actually refresh some of your memories, or you may know something about them. You can either give us a culture or profession soldier check. Either is fine. I'll put the name in chat for you guys.
And can you roll if you don't have abilities in this game?
Absolutely, yeah. There are certain things that you're not going to be able to roll for, but I'll let you know if you're restricted. Look at that, Briz. Holy smokes. Same as Joel.
Yep.
Okay, so this is one of those staged things. So let's start with the lowest. Knickknacks. What you've heard is that Jaldamarak is a Vesk officer is one of the most stalwart and feared commanders in the SDF. He's over 60 years old and has a storied career. He has worked for the Veskarian military, the Stewards, a group out of the Pact Worlds, and as a private military consultant in the Pact Worlds before coming here. One of the most experienced soldiers in the SDF. That's also what you know, Druda. We've got 21 and 24 as the next kind of tiers up. What you guys are aware of is that Jaldamarak is one of the few Vesk given the prestigious Starstone medal. It is one of the Pact World's highest military decorations, and it was for fighting the Swarm during its attack on the Pact Worlds and the Veskarian. Credible rumors say that he turned down an offer to join the Knights of Golarion after the hostilities ended, a prestigious knightly order. And you also know that when Major Jalda Marak joined the SDF at the beginning of the Swarm invasion, he insisted on being given the rank of private and has worked his way up to his current position of major in a short period of time. He has been heard to say that fighting against the Swarm is the true purpose of his life. So, Briz, I mean, maybe you've heard about this just through, like, mercenary channels, and Gilles, this, because you said that you've been working in the medical capacity in the with the military, you may have just, it's a name that shows up again and again in kind of the news vids on Suskalon.
Zil probably broadcasts, he saved many lives and I heard about it in the infirmary.
Okay. So this Shirin standing amongst you makes mention of that. It isn't long until you are escorted in. It's a little later in the day when you arrive as well. The building that he's in is not really a terribly, this is not a officers' quarters or officers, structure that has any kind of airs put on it. Everything in Camp Cavalier tells you that it is something that has been put together by necessity, as opposed to planning from ahead. Yeah, there you go, Paul. As you guys are escorted in, you can see waiting behind the desk and with a big cybernetic eye is Major Jalda Marak, sorry. So there is Druda and Bone. What are your respective strength scores?
16.
And Druda is 15.
15. Okay, so you guys are pretty big. He is a little bit taller. He walks in and sort of, you can feel him studying you, and you can hear the kind of, the servo motors in his eye studying you as well. And as you go in, he salutes to you, and then he opens up a package of block text.
My favorite kind.
Yes, block text.
Looking down at each of you. I'm your new commanding officer, Jalda Marak. And I was killing Swarm before you were clutching at your mother's tails. I know more about this enemy than every soft-skinned general in this system, and I know for a fact that we are losing this war. You've probably heard that over the last 7 days, the Swarm has retreated from 3 smaller cities to the east of Bernoa, and the media and the SDF alike are calling this a turning point for the war. And he leans forward. You can hear the creak of his eye as it adjusts. But I know better. Those Vexers are up to something. And I'm not letting 5th Battalion get caught with their spacesuits around their ankles. Now, you're now part of what I'm calling Midnight Squad. For your first assignment, you'll be patrolling the Delta Escarpment a few miles west of Camp Cavalier from sundown to sunup, and report back with any unusual activities. He looks over each of you to make sure you've kind of heard what's being said. He stands up once again, his eye kind of creaks as it readjusts again. Any questions?
No, sir.
Do we shoot first?
If you see any Swarm, any of them Vexers out there, you shoot first if you know what's smart for you.
We'll crush them, sir.
You keep an eye out for them. There's these things called dredgers. At least that's what we've been calling them. These little buggers, not only are they quick on the ground, they can dig right through it and seem to be able to sense us up here. Sense what's happening above them. They also seem to have that same, I assume you've read our briefing material, but the psychic link that the Swarm seem to have amongst themselves. If you've been spotted by one of them dredgers, you can assume that any other one nearby knows precisely where you are. And if you're smart, you'll keep shooting till that thing goes down. Any other questions?
Just 5 of us?
Well, I'm sorry, ma'am. Were you expecting someone to escort you out there?
Nope,
I thought I had us a squad of dusters before us.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm glad to hear. And again, that eye. Any other questions, dusters?
Yes, sir. Speaking of their psychic abilities, I heard something here on Susk was messing with it. Any truth to that?
He kind of narrows his one eye as he looks at you. You've been hearing something? Frankly, we don't really know yet. Does seem like there may be something going on here on Suskillen. There's got to be some reason why they came here in the first place. As for why it is,
watching out for that?
what you should be watching out for, Duster, is if any of them Vexers come out in your view, you destroy them.
Understood.
You make sure. Hold on. He actually has there's an SDF. You don't exterm them.
Yeah.
You understand me? Don't you worry. We got special intel, mill intel folk to worry about that other stuff. If you see one of them things, you make sure you exterm them. Any other questions, Dusters?
How often should we report in?
Sundown to sunup. If you see sunup come, you make your way back here from the escarpment. I take it you can be able to find your way out to the Delta Escarpment. You guys have on your, comm units or whatever else, you'll be able to figure out a map, or at least a local map, and what's sort of set out. Delta Escarpment is about an hour's travel away.
Okay.
Owen is clearly looking at some of the other characters, hoping that
2 hours away. 2 hours. 2 hours overland travel for you guys to reach there.
Sounds like 16-hour shifts to me.
Is there a frequency we can call in on in an emergency to alert you?
You can try with them, but on account of there still being an orbital and suborbital engagement, both our jammers and the swarm's jammers have been wreaking havoc with any kind of comm units. So you make sure you keep them on, you keep them powered. If we can get word through, we will get word through. This is a look and see and tell. You keep yourselves alive, you exterm any Vexers you come across, and you make sure you come back alive. You got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Command,
sir.
don't think there's nothing coming, but I feel it. I feel it in my scales. There's something coming. Any other questions, Dusters?
You got any advice on how to exterm these things?
My God, you're chatty for a big man. You see,
Want to do a good job,
he
sir.
steps forward. Do you have a gun with you, Bone, or not?
No, he doesn't have any items out.
Might I make a suggestion for you, Duster? First thing you do, and he points at who's got a long arm?
I got the needle rifle.
Points at who's got a pistol then?
I got a.
Okay. He points
Druida has a pistol.
at the one of the guns. You take one of those things, you point it at the Vexer, and then you keep pulling that trigger till it's externed. You want me to write that down for you, boy, or you got that?
I could take notes in my head.
Oh, well, look at that.
I think Druida is going to step up and say, I think my brother has it, Major.
Well, that's good to hear. You got your sister to look out for you. Any other questions?
I think the only most important question is, know where we can find the good hooch around here?
Why don't you worry about getting out to and coming back from the escarpment before you worrying about getting yourself soused?
Yes, sir. Thought you might have had some insight, but I'll check back in with you.
Oh, please do, Duster. There would be nothing. I have no other thing on my plate to worry about other than ensuring that your whistle is suitably wedded to your liking.
Totally. He gets the commentary and the sarcasm, but he just sort of plays it straight.
Okay, and he kind of rears up again. Any other questions? You know, where I'm thinking maybe we should have been calling you Chatty Squad. Sends a Midnight Squad. But, seems we already get it assigned. Midnight Squad, attention! And Fallout. And you guys all head outside. You have your gear. So, if does anyone have training in survival?
I
can
think I
follow
do.
a map.
I did.
No,
It's an
I-
option. Yeah.
I
Talk about this.
I put it into medicine. I
Did
took it out of
nobody
survival.
take survival?
I didn't have it as an option.
I didn't either.
Not a class skill.
I did. I took it out as an option. Because I put it into medicine.
So wait a second. So if it's class skill, you couldn't put a slot in?
No, you can put it in. You still get the
can.
class bonus. The class, if it's a class skill, you get a +3 when you get a rank in it. If it's a non,
yeah.
So you can't take it. It's just that you don't.
Oh, okay. I mean, I also have like 0 wisdom, so I mean, sure. I mean, I guess I'd be the same as me rolling it flat, basically.
Who has? Well, here's what you can do then. If no one is actually trained in it, you don't need to worry about that too much. You guys can pack up anything you wish to do in here before you head out for the escarpment.
Are we equipped with cold weather? Is that like the second skin, for example? Is that gonna?
Yeah. If you guys have any of the armors in Starfinder, for 24 hours, you have full environmental protection, including sealed systems.
Right. Okay. Cool. Okay. Great.
So yeah, you'll the cold and again as a reminder, tonight it'll be going down to about 0 Fahrenheit unless a white hawk comes in which case it may go down to -20
Less.
Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
Which is a -17 Celsius to start with, and may go down to -30-ish Celsius. So, however, with your environmental systems on, you are completely protected. So all of you guys, all of it can seal up. You'll be fine. And the way that
Yeah, but
cold
for
works
a limited time.
for 24 hours, correct. Although you guys have been up for a while, so you've been up at least 8 hours, and you'll be heading out. It'll be an 8-hour shift with 2 hours of travel time. So you should be getting back in time to charge up your environmental suits without concern. So,
How about downloading maps, that kind of thing?
You have, you've got maps already to get out there.
Okay.
It's just that the having a map and successfully navigating in a trackless terrain is not as easy as one might think. So, why don't we do this?
That
then?
makes sense.
Everyone grabs your stuff. If there's nothing else you want here, guys, let's start your march out. To the escarpment. Now, this is not quite an appropriate depiction of the escarpment. It's snow-filled and whatnot too. I just think this gives you a good idea of just how fucking dark things are out here, because you're going to be out and on your own with nothing but the swarm out there to keep you company.
Yeah, I mean, I as we're getting packed up and head out, maybe I do share with the rest of the group. So I don't know what we're being sent out into, but I've heard that the SDF has tactically withdrawn its forces in 90% of the battles with these things conducted with the swarm, and most battles have resulted in pretty high attrition rate of 10%. So there's no joke. And maybe he kind of maybe the major color coded it a bit for us, but lots of SDF are getting eaten.
Well, I like that math then, sister. 10% of us is only one of us half dead.
It won't be us.
So,
I also say I have my moat, and I show him like my white moat or yellowish moat.
Mm-hmm.
I can turn it on and off. I didn't have it in the major space, but I can. It gives like dim light in 20 feet if people want that, or I can keep it shut down. If anyone, would you rather have the light?
Yeah, light would be great.
Okay.
If you want to keep it on, then I won't like wander off and the four of you end up at the escarpment, and maybe I end up back at the base in bed.
Well, and again, a reminder, each of you guys, all of your armor has a light on it too. You can activate it kind of like, if you picture like the exosuits from Prometheus, they look very much like where you've got the lights, there's plenty, so you can have it on, it's just, you need to have the lights on in order to see.
This one wonders how much of a target lights in the dark will make us.
Aren't your kind psychic? Do our minds not put out light as much as our flash?
Our psychic abilities have limits. Seeing goes farther.
But didn't the major say that they can feel the ground moving and they can figure out where you are? I don't think light's really going to matter.
Yeah, none of us have wings. I don't think we're not going to be flying over this terrain.
Some of us are really tall and can serve as high places.
Well, if we're walking along the ground, I imagine they're going to find us one way or another.
I share my distant ancestors' ability to sense vibrations. If I feel them coming, I will warn you.
It's 30-foot range, right?
30-foot blind sense.
Yes.
I said,
I'll be honest.
Right attack!
Exactly.
You get 2 seconds.
Guys,
I, for one, if any of them are out here, want to find them. Sturm those bastards. Clear our planet.
That's why I signed up.
So
Not my
Knick-Knack
planet.
and Jill, why don't you give us and Briz, give us a culture check, please.
Culture. Second culture check. Why do I not have culture?
Briz, Nick, you got no clue. Briz and Jill, when Bones talking, like the more he talks, the more he looks really fucking familiar. And Jill, you're the first one to place him. He's like, what did you call it? Crash Ball?
Yeah, Crash Ball.
He's a really famous Crash Ball player. Briz, I mean, I don't want to play into a stereotype here, but if you are a degenerate gambler, you may have either won or lost money on him.
That's right.
Okay.
Lots of aggression to work out there.
Yeah.
So you got a minor celebrity amongst your. This is like having, like Brett Favre or something like that on your, in your squad. Druid, you're not rolling because obviously you know what your brother's past history is. So with a little bit of talking, I mean, it does seem like if you want to have any hope in successfully navigating, you're all activating your lights in your suits, packing up, and you head out into the wind and the cold.
Could take some time when we're packing up to give you guys a auto inject in case we do get attacked.
So are you able to do that for each of them?
Yes, I can do it number of. It counts against my daily usage, but I can do it in 10 minutes with the group I've attuned to my micro lab, which I can do before we leave.
So what is this you want to poke me with?
No, it's a preventative thing. In case you like get attacked or something, I can give you a brief burst of like chemical benefit.
Steroids?
What are the downsides to that, and what are the side effects?
No downsides. It's attuned to your neurology, so I could give you a bonus to AC, a bonus to skill check, or increase your land speed at a predetermined event.
So it's all bonuses, no side effects. Do you work for a drug company?
Not yet. And it lasts for 6 rounds.
Won't affect my future breeding potential, will it?
No.
So what is the triggering condition that you're setting for them?
I would have to set one. I'm asking if they want one.
You're just fine with it.
Right. How many do you have a day?
I have 6.
Okay, so you could easily do.
Is this a life science or physical science that you're?
It'd be a life science.
I'd like to see the data on this if that's possible. She slides her like tool over to you if you wanted to like transfer data.
Trade secrets.
You want to inject me with something? You won't tell me what it is? At least let me view the data.
Oh no, it's a steroid of some sort. Here, and pass over a little bit of the data.
Okay. So like, do like a life science roll?
Sure.
It basically has to be attuned to your specific neurology. So,
I mean,
drugs, belt, man.
I think the specifics of it you may not understand, but the broad strokes, you're understanding what he's doing.
Okay.
Yeah, sure to take one. Do you have to specify what we want?
I have to set a trigger, so
That's some terrible rolls.
it has to be something like you get attacked, you're making a specific check or something like that.
Well, we see one of those bugs.
See or get engaged in melee, or it has to be specific.
Yeah, engagement.
Because the thing with this thing is I
We'll
can
be up front.
I can use a reaction to stop it from triggering, but that's last ditch kind of thing.
Can it be as vague as we're going to get into combat? Like, I mean,
No, it has to be in reaction to something like you take damage or you get attacked or, yeah.
well, if we take
I'd like it
damage,
to
it's too late.
Yeah. I'd like to be when I get attacked, get an AC bonus.
Yeah,
Okay.
attack AC bonus is fine.
Okay,
It might be too late after that.
what do you guys think?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll do the.
Okay, I will spend 4 because I'm not putting 1 on myself.
Okay.
And I'll give him that.
And which one do you want, Bone?
Plus one, whatever everyone's getting. Just
the
keep
AC?
it simple.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, +1 to AC.
Okay.
Keep it focused.
All right.
Okay.
So you equip all that stuff and you head out. Would everyone kindly give us a survival check?
Shit.
Checking my map, location of the stars. I don't know what I'm
not
doing.
know that Kev was going to do survival check.
This way!
I did say.
This way!
Okay.
Well, I think I literally said it during the skill distribution.
All right.
Yeah,
So
just
then,
don't have it as a class skill.
fortunately, Jill and Bone, you're with success. Oh, actually, and Nick Knack as well too. Yeah, you guys are able to figure out. It's not a challenging task to navigate your way out, but it is 2 hours of travel. So, if there's anything you guys want to talk about, or ask each other, you have 2 hours of marching over snow and whatnot. So we've got a sense of how dark it is. Let me bring you over to what you're sort of traveling
So-
through, guys.
If I shoot you in combat, it's intentional and it's to deliver a bonus to you. Don't get mad at me.
Understood.
Intriguing.
Interesting.
What are you going to shoot us with?
Puncture the
Well,
suit.
you know the injector thing I just gave you? I can give you another one of them in combat, but I have to hit you with it.
So you have to pierce our suit.
The
It's,
suit, they'll auto seal around that.
Yeah.
You're,
Okay.
you're sufficiently fast. It's like if you're shot with a weapon or something like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't break the seal
Yeah.
in your suit. It's soon to be sort of like nano fibers or something that'll seal up.
And I don't deal damage if I do it to allies, so you don't take the point of damage.
It seems that this Sheeran is treating us like lizard lab rats, brother.
Oh, have I told you my overall mission for being here?
No, you've not.
It will take an hour. Are you ready? No, I'll just. He basically
How
says he's
sciencey is this shit?
not very. He's basically seeking the genetic factor that let the Sheeran break away from the hive. So he's going to be collecting specimens and doing genetic research. It's a second field of study,
Oh.
and his
Part
best
the
way of
bug
doing it,
you need to collect.
just any part.
What you do with your
Fingers have
trophies
DNA.
at home in your home, that's your business.
Yeah. But it's nice to have some big, strong people around to keep me from getting squished.
I was thinking that just as
That's
we
very
walked up-
fascinating. Very fascinating. I've not done any formal training, but I am interested in learning more about these creatures they call the swarm.
Well,
I will help.
I'm well studied. I can maybe point out weaknesses.
That'd be helpful.
Well, what were you saying in there about the creatures? Where did you learn that information?
About the genetic anomaly that separated us from the hive?
No, she asked Bone.
Oh,
Yeah, well, I got some friends in the military. It's how I got here. Hooked me up with some nanites, and they were telling me that they've been noticing some problems with some components of the swarm not operating as they're expecting. They think it's psychic connection issues. I don't know nothing about psychics, but just thought it might be something we could exploit if we could figure it out.
it's very interesting.
That's weird because I heard something the other night that that the swarms have been trying to figure out how our tactics and stuff work. Apparently, they even capture soldiers and like suck their brains out.
That's not good.
You are fucking kidding me.
No, don't let them get near your head.
Oh man.
Don't get captured. Well, yeah.
Brain bugs.
Bugman, you got any kind of venom or something I can take if they capture me? Kill myself before they eat my brain?
My intention is to save lives, not take them.
Well, sister, you see them hauling my body off? You chop me up.
You got it.
It's a pretty quick answer for you, sister.
You do the same for me, brother.
Of course.
You will not be
Accurate
taken
depiction
alive.
of brother-sister love.
Yeah.
Well,
I've been waiting for this moment. Yeah.
let's just maybe do what the major said, and if we kill them first, we won't have to worry about that.
You're the one who brought up their brain sucking?
Well, that's what I heard, and it reminded me of, like understanding our processes and them acting different and stuff. It sounds kind of similar.
Lashunta,
They're
brother.
acting
It's like
different
I've always
because
said.
Go ahead, Carl.
And I say Lashunta, brother. It's like I've always said, and I just shake my head. But I don't explain what I've always said.
Yes, sister, yes.
So, as expected, it takes you 2 hours to reach the escarpment. I think you see these two, like pylons, as markers for the escarpment. The escarpment itself has a viewpoint. You can see off in the distance the lights of Renoa. There's not much in the way of lights in between there and here. But fortunately, while it's freaking cold out, you're at least not at the mercy of a White Hawk, which could leave like 4 feet of snow dumped down in the ground. There's really nothing to do now other than, start your patrol.
Okay. Oh, so is this like these are shelters, or they're just?
There's no shelter. You're patrolling the escarpment. You got sort of a ridge that you're walking to see if there's any. You're effectively part of a recon squad right now. Midnight Squad is a recon assignment. What I'd like is if you guys, let me just put something in here to break this up. Okay, this. If you guys could each kindly once again give us a survival check.
So now that we're here,
Out here.
Yep.
Bone is going to form his scatter gun with his nanites.
Oh, nice.
That's a neat trick.
Huh? Did what?
Yeah, basically you see like this, I don't know, I picture maybe they're green, maybe they kind of match like his skin color a little bit, like these green, like looks almost like microscopic insects or something flow off of him and start forming this scattergun in his hands.
Yeah. You get this sense of like anticipation and like astonishment from Zilly's like, I study cyber medicine. That is amazing.
Military nanites.
Ah, it's not something I would have expected.
Small upgrade from my professional nanites.
He like moves over and like touches the scatter gun and see how it connects to your arm, and he's no personal space concerns.
I can actually just hand it to you and let you look at it. It's not connected to me. It's actually a gun.
But it came out of you.
Yeah, sure did.
Do you have induction ports, or does it just come out of the skin? Or I must know.
You should see what he can poop.
That ain't the nanites. You like that trick? And he'll say, watch this, and he'll create his nanite cloud and just like basically push out a whole bunch of them. I think it fills something like 2. Wait, where is it?
Isn't it like 10 feet worth of squares to start with?
It is 5 foot square. You can fill a number equal to 1 plus your con mod. So I can fill 20 feet or 25, 4 or 5 foot blocks.
Zill tries to snag one out of the air and look at it.
They're probably too small to grab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I think we should be patrolling instead of messing around.
They form back into my scattergun.
So
that's what I'm preparing for.
As they're talking, Briz, you're maybe at the side, while they're screwing around. And your eyes sort of go down, and what you notice, this happens about 3 hours or 4 hours into your patrol. You guys have been bullshitting along the way as well. It's not easy going along here. I mean, there's about you're trumping your way through about 6 inches of snow everywhere you go, but it's not as bad as it could be. And because the escarpment is fairly open, there's not piled up snow where it's been blown into a drift or something like that. But you spot it, Briz, and it is tracks, and tracks that are about as large, maybe a little bit larger than what a grown man's hand, a human man's hand would be. You look down, and these are they look like very similar to like some kind of canine's print, but there are massive claw marks into the snow. And you stand up, and with roll 19, you look back and forth, sort of judge the stride on here. You're going to be able to successfully identify what you think this is. It's not swarm, for one, which is helpful. Does Briz know something about, like, is there a reason you'd be checking the kind of wild critters that would be in the, outside the cities in Suskalon?
Yeah, I think in his background, his family was wiped out by an attack. He lived out in the middle of nowhere. They had like the equivalent of a family farm, and with no protection anywhere around. So he constantly had to be on the lookout. And one night he missed it. And so now everywhere he goes, he looks for any signs of any predators nearby. So
the depth of these prints suggests something at least as heavy as a man, probably not much heavier than that. And that maybe just talking to folks around, there is a scientific name for these things, but everyone that you spoke to on Suskalon calls these things brush stalkers. And if you think of like a combination between an adult man, so basically like figure like a 200-pound dog-like creature with cougar's claws, the fine scales of like a like an alligator, and then a vicious and fang-filled head like a bat.
So I put up my hand to signal to stop, and hopefully they all pay attention, and I point down to the tracks, and I'm gonna keep quiet. I'm gonna say look around. I'm just pointing to my eyes and look around.
You can tell that these things are a few hours old.
Okay.
So it's not like this thing's been throwing, but I mean they range fairly far, and they can be deadly quiet when they need to stalk. So,
And they're native to Suskalon?
They are, yeah.
Okay.
Endangered, but definitely natives of Susquehanna.
Okay, and are they known as being that they tend to attack sentient beings?
In general, no, but I think picture what happens to animals when they're driven before a prairie fire or a forest fire or something like that.
Yeah.
That's effectively what the swarm would be like. So both the diminishing of territory, the loss of prey, it may drive them to doing desperate things.
So I'm going to give them the quick summation of that, but I'm going to turn to the group and say, these are big creatures, 200 pounds, maybe more. Normally they don't attack settlements, but with this swarm here, they might be pushed to do things that they wouldn't otherwise do. Need to keep an eye out. And I'll just try to see if I can tell if the tracks are heading off in a completely different direction than our patrol normally would go.
Yeah.
Or
they do. They seem to be like they're perpendicular from where your patrol is. Something that's happened to pass across. Had you not been, for one, keeping a kind of a close eye out and not stopped while these guys were talking and observing each other's gear, you may have missed these tracks.
I don't think we should follow them, but just gotta keep an eye out for more. Might come by this way again.
And
Sure.
Zill stops being distracted. He pulls out his rifle and okay.
Now, Briz, should I call you Briz? Brisbane? What do you prefer?
Whatever you like.
I saw there you
Call him
did some
Steve.
things with your hands, and I knew exactly what you wanted. Should we have some of these hand things worked out?
I think that's a good idea. That's one of them means look out.
Look out. I like that.
We'll come up with some more as we go.
Yeah.
This means stop.
Stop. Got it.
None of your characters are trained in survival, which suggests to me that none of you characters really spend a lot of time outdoors.
No.
Having seen these tracks, if you put like a Vesk's hand will be a little bigger than it, but Knickknacks, Briz, and Zill, you can fit your hand comfortably within those tracks.
Like all
It's
Zill's
pitch
knowledge.
black where the lights don't go.
Yeah, all Zill knows about these things is what he read in book. So,
Well, actually, you knew nothing about them, so
I didn't see it. So,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, I guess Druda then, if we're looking for something, Druda will grab her moat and make it into a sword. Yeah.
Forms into a glowing. What is it? Yellow? Or
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It's a glowing sword of yellowish energy. It crackles in Druda's hand.
One with swords?
Yeah, I said I got Doshko is so stereotypical, so I have a sword instead. All right, if we're looking for something.
So, if there's nothing else here, you guys
Are
continue.
we gonna follow the tracks?
No, I think we should move on. Keep towards patrol route.
Okay.
So you guys continue on the patrol route. Now you guys have several hours. If there's anything else you guys want to talk about or share about or ask each other, the first hour or so after seeing the brushstalker tracks, I imagine, are a little tense. You guys are quiet and watching the darkness. But after a bit of time, the monotony of trudging through this snow kind of settles back in.
I think I'm, mostly focused on constantly scanning, and I tend to be quiet. So I'm listening to what the conversations are, just to get to know all of the companions without having to engage in conversation.
Okay.
For now. So I'll take kind of point if no one else wants to.
Okay. So if there's nothing else that you guys necessarily bring up, the rest of the patrol, for the most part, It's dark. It's exhausting marching across the snow, up and down these hills, but thankfully uneventful. It's about 6.5 hours into the patrol. You guys are, have maybe completed another rest. You've, opened up your faceplates, like a little bit of water, a little bit of food, close them up, and you're back traveling again. And something finally breaks the agonizingly monotonous hours of silence. And there's a loud alarm that comes from each of your comm units. And then a hurried female voice says, "Attention all Susquehanna ground forces. This is Space Dock Prime 1. We are under heavy attack. The swarm armada has entered in low orbit and has begun to..." And static ends the transmission abruptly. You have to sort of turn down the volume levels because of the noise. As you guys look up, the still blackened sky allows you to see hundreds of small flashes of light. The telltale sign of starship combat. Now, you guys are at least 3 hours away from Camp Cavalier, a little further to get back to Brinoa. What are you guys doing? You all sort of look at each other. You can picture this flashes of light above you guys. The static still coming over the comm units. If you try and raise anyone else on it, unfortunately, it seems what Jal de Marak said, Major Jal de Marak said, was true. You're here on your own.
Are we doing like a circular route? Like, are we already on our way back at this point?
Yep.
Or okay. I think they have it covered up there. It's our job to keep things covered down here.
Yeah, he didn't say nothing about what we're supposed to do if the bugs are in the sky.
Yeah.
And
I don't think that's our concern. Our concern is what we were told to do.
yeah, if the
Right?
bugs are in the
If
sky,
we can hail them and ask.
yeah, if the bugs are in the sky, they wouldn't be expecting bugs on the ground to attack them. So we need to keep an eye out.
Right.
And likely one of the things you can think of is what Major Jal de Marak had said, that the psychic connection between them as well. One of them sees you than anything nearby. Yeah. So, you all continue on with your patrol. It's not quite dawn. Let me show you where you guys find yourself. Let me just duplicate this here. Duplicate. There we go. Get rid of that. So it is still dark out, but I want to give you a sense of what the terrain is like. Oh, I did it again. Oh, no! God dang. There we go. And so here you go, guys. This is what you're traveling through. Snow-covered red earth. And one of the things I forgot to do last time is at the start of each scene to sort of get around me. Well, actually, I can roll this. Let's see here. I was going to have you guys roll. I don't take rolls away from you, but I mean, if we're going into a scene, you've got a great perception roll. You sort of know that anything secret or hidden would be there. And then where's the fun in that?
Right.
Let's make some secret rolls here. All right,
Secret
so
rolls.
love me some secret rolls. So you guys are still making your way along. It's still dark out. There's just the slightest bit of haze that comes in the east from where you guys are. And you guys, I'm picturing, are a little south of Renoa, which means you're a little south of Camp Cavalier. And Gilles and Bone, you can see there's a little bit of movement about only about 60 feet away from you.
600 feet away.
What it looks like, whatever's there, it's only about maybe 1.5 feet off the ground, but it is about 3 feet long, and it's has sort of a rough, almost like an ant-like shape, but it seems otherwise all sharp ends. And allow me to give you a handout. So it is about 3 feet long here.
Yeah, Bone definitely put his hand up and did the stop sign that Brisbane.
This
told
is
him.
what you see, guys.
Brisbane smiled internally.
Oh,
So these
That's
things,
not good.
they stand about high enough to easily get your shin.
Why are you putting up that initiative order? I don't know why you're doing that.
Oh, we're gonna talk to them first.
Let's everyone click on your token, and then click on initiative, please.
I don't have much for diplomacy, though.
So let me get these critters out here.
I roll low. I roll low.
Okay. Make sure you guys can't see. Oh, great. So,
Kev, I know you're not a fan of like the, hey, I'm rolling something, I know what this thing is, but that's one of the built-in abilities for a biohacker.
it is what?
He can look at a creature in 60 feet and roll a check to see if he knows anything about it.
No, you can't do that.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to warn you.
Okay. You're losing that ability, incidentally.
Okay. What do I get for it?
No, I'm kidding. You're you knowingly picked something that I would take away from you, so I feel this is a self-inflicted wound.
You get double taken away from you.
Yeah, it's a double taken away from you.
We'll only take it away from you in situations where it could be useful.
No, well, the thing is that like there needs to be some reason for you to actually know about the thing, and there's nothing useful you would know. Anything you can gather from looking at that picture is as much as your character will know.
Gotcha. Cool.
Okay, so
Honestly, the custom lab he gets is already powerful enough. It's like whatever.
No, and it's just like, I mean, it's a great ability. It's just that like it's a great ability mechanically. It like narratively, it fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes away the mystery.
Mostly, I think they give it to him so you know if you can hit it with your injector thing. So, like,
Yeah.
is the damage reduction too high for you to get through?
Right. Right.
Yeah, see, like that kind of stuff is just like fuck that.
That's how you find out on your first
Yeah.
shot. When you
Yeah.
hit it,
That's right.
hit it solidly and
It's such a like forced into the tactical component of it
Yeah.
that just.
Well, I'm gonna shoot it in the mouth, so
Okay.
its armor don't matter.
So then,
good.
now for this first pass, the only people who can act are going to be Bone and Gel. So these things are about 60 feet away, and they kind of shake and shimmy. So it looks like actually Bone's the only one who can act before them. Bone, what do you do?
he's just gonna step quietly so that or try to, so that he is in front of his allies, and he's just gonna point his scatter gun at, like, in their direction.
Okay. So then what you see on their turn, they kind of shimmer and twitter and shake, and then poof, there's a puff of dust or of snow and sand as they disappear beneath the earth, and you can. They seem to be moving. Jill, you have an action this round as well. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna use like only half action, right? Like a surprise round.
No, you can do a full action. What are you doing?
Okay. He is going to reach in for one of his sticky grenades.
Yep.
And step behind an ally.
Who are you stepping behind?
How about Druda? I'm gonna get behind Druda.
Okay. So then we'll go top of the round. Briz, they told you this has happened.
So
you heard the sound
Yeah.
of, and you saw the movement of these things go under.
But I don't currently see them moving through the earth. Like I don't see. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So I will then, instead of doing the full round action I was going to do, I'm going to just take. I think you could do ready in Starfinder.
Yep.
It's been a while.
Yep.
So I will instead ready an action, which is as soon as I see one pop up from underneath the earth / snow, I will take a shot with my laser pistol.
DC 20 for trick shot on this.
Well, I can't. Yes, that's great, and I can't do it unless I use a full round action. So
okay.
I will,
Just so you know
yeah.
what it'll be for these if you choose to use it.
And what was it again? Sorry.
A DC 20. 20.
20.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so you got yourself ready. Boom.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm going to use my move action to swap my item to my longsword.
Okay.
And he's got it sort of turned so that, like, if they pop up out of the ground, he's going to stab at them.
Okay. Knickknacks? What are you doing?
Knickknack's gonna draw her pistol and whisper, "Are these the brain suckers?" and she'll ready an attack for one of those things to pop up.
Okay.
I don't know. I thought that'd be funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're doing something. Chill. What are you doing?
Okay. He's with his other hand, he's pulling out his syringe and goes, sticks it in his neck and injects himself with an increase to his speed for 6 rounds.
Okay.
So.
All right. Druda, what are you doing?
Druda is going to grab her moat, who's probably a moat now, and create it back into a sword.
Okay.
And ready in action if something jumps out.
Okay.
Immediately with her, she's going to attack it.
All right. Jill, your tremor sense. They're within 20 feet of you right now. Briz, and you can tell precisely where they are.
Oh.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
But they're still under the earth.
Yeah.
So I am going to. I'm just making a guess about what senses they might have. So I'm going to not move because I don't want to make any like footfalls.
Okay.
And I will continue to ready an action to fire a laser pistol.
Okay. Bone, what are you doing?
That's you, Jeff.
I know. I'm just thinking. It's not that I don't have- I'm just trying to decide. I'm trying to decide.
He's
if
role playing
Bone-
standing still.
Yeah.
No. If he would take a couple of loud steps away from his allies to like draw them away, because that's the kind of thing he would do. I think he would do that. I think he would take about 2 steps that he would sort of stomp away from his allies. Just 2 steps, like just enough that,
Okay.
like enough to sort of make a loud footfall sound. I don't know, whatever, directly
Yep.
north or some direction away from the way they were heading.
So,
And just-
like, towards where you last saw these things?
No, like left or right from where we're standing. Like,
Okay.
if they were straight ahead, then I'm moving like,
Okay.
yeah, to the side, and I'm.
Okay.
Again, I still have my sword ready. If they come up through the ground, I'm gonna try and stab them.
Knickknacks.
She's gonna offhand a frag grenade
Okay.
because you just never know. No, wait, I can't. I won't take frag grenade. If I take a frag grenade, you know what? She's just gonna stand there paralyzed with fear
Okay.
and hold her into action with the pistol.
Okay. What I'd like, who has a held pistol action right now?
I do.
I may have been watching the thing last night as well.
No, damn. I knew it.
It's also when I was writing for Spires of Paradar, that's the soundtrack I had on like repeat.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. So sorry, who has Briz and Knickknacks have ready pistol actions. So guys, each of you give us a perception check, please.
Okay.
DC is 14.
All right, come on.
You have astonishing for oh, never mind.
Both of you are successful. Jill, you can tell both of them are moving up towards Briz.
Okay.
And then I need Briz and Knickknacks, each of us, to give an attack roll, because both are springing out.
Okay. You hear in the back of your neck as an injector goes off.
Nice.
Okay.
So I don't though, because I'm not being attacked.
Yeah, you're not being attacked. And Knickknacks is not being attacked. That's a hit.
Oh.
So you flash of bright light, and you score along the chitin on one of these things. And Nick, you also hit. So unfortunately, that one's just more of a glancing hit. And I'm what's called Briz. This is like coming up at you. Your KAC is
I'm at 16.
16 right now. Okay.
Yeah.
So I need a 9 to hit you. One of them leaps up at you. It comes with... Oh, fuck. It gets flanking. It hits. But
Okay.
it does no damage. It is, however, hanging off of you. And you can see it brings those rear claws up and is about to start raking at you. It's also going to be tricky for your allies to hit you, because this thing has grabbed on. The other one, also with flanking, also grabs hold. There are two of them hanging off of Briz right now.
I'm just yelling, get him off me.
This means he gets, they each have +4 AC from him moving around, and they get a bonus to hit. What you can do, George, is you can make or Briz, you can make a strength check against a DC of 11 as a move action. But yeah, that's it. So
Okay. And I can't remember just rules wise, since we're doing combat for the first time.
Yep.
Can you trade an interaction for a second move action if I wanted to try to get both of them off me?
yes, yeah, you can say your standard
Okay.
for a move. Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Gilles, you've seen this happen. You're up next. What are you doing?
I'm berating myself that I wasn't quick enough to warn them because it wasn't my turn.
Yeah.
Cool. Solid role playing though.
Yeah.
I was like, telepathic, I can't do anything. At this point, he's just gonna like move towards him like faster than you think because of his enhanced speed. And he can pull out a baton as part of the move, right?
No, because you don't have a base attack bonus of +1.
Yeah.
Well, he's gonna run over and then try to grab one of them and like pull it away from
Okay.
Brisbane.
Yep. Give us a strength check.
It's gonna be horrible.
Well, actually,
Never know.
I think you need to grab hold of them first. Like, you'll need to make a grab check, in which case it'll trigger an attack of opportunity. Just FYI.
Aren't they grabbing him?
They're grabbing
I don't
him,
think
but
so.
they've got extra claws that are free.
Oh, well then that's a bad idea. Not doing that then.
I appreciate the sentiment.
What are you doing? Hurry up. We're in combat. Take a
Okay,
turn or lose it. What are you doing?
I'll pull out my baton and move towards him to help.
Okay.
But next turn.
Druida, what are you doing?
Druida is going to she's going to start her photon, go into photon mode,
Okay.
tune to 1 photon. I will do that. And then she's going to move. Oops.
Is it a free action to activate photon mode?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It doesn't. It says nothing. So
Okay.
I don't
yep.
know.
Okay.
And then
so
she's gonna move towards Brisbane and slash with her.
go right ahead. You race over. And even though it's an energy weapon, it targets KAC, right?
Yeah, it's KAC.
KAC. Okay. Yep. Go ahead.
Why does it have minus? I don't know why it has -1 attack on it, but we'll see.
1.
Well, I rolled a 2.
You got a -4 on there somehow.
It's had a -4 on there somehow. I don't know why.
Hold on.
Check your weapon to see if you have proficiency clicked with it.
Yeah, because that would be...
I had advanced melee. Oh, no wonder. I am
Okay,
proficient.
so even then, that's...
I
so
missed
you,
anyway. I missed
Do you want to spend a Astonishing Fortune to re-roll?
Yes.
Yes, I will.
Go
Yeah,
right
do
ahead.
it.
Yep.
I changed that proficiency on
Okay,
it.
so let's see here. Come on, big money. Big numbers.
There
Yes,
you
solid
go.
hit. It's the injured one, or the more injured one, I'm guessing?
I can't tell. So
Okay.
the one, I'll just roll random. So
Sure, yeah, 1 to 3. It's top one, 4 to 6. Okay, so bottom one. Yeah, actually, it is the more injured one. So you race over, and this photon sort of cuts across this thing, still screeching out. Briz, what are you doing?
First, I'm going to try to throw off that one that's the more damaged.
Okay,
So it's a straight strength, correct?
straight strength check, yeah.
Okay, here we
Yes,
go.
a DC 11.
Nope.
Astonishing
so
Fortune?
I will. Yes,
Okay.
you were ahead of me. Here we go.
So you throw one of them off, it hits the ground, skitters around on all fours like a... Yeah.
And while it's skittering around, I like to take a shot at it. Do
Definitely.
I have a penalty from it? The other one grabbing me?
No penalty from it grabbing you, no.
Okay,
Because it's not
great.
technically
Okay.
grabbing you, it's actually a alien creature ability called Attach.
I see. Okay, cool. Well, not cool, but I get it.
Yeah.
It's cool, but like it hurts.
Astonishing Fortune?
All right, definitely.
Yes.
Wait, that's
yes.
energy. That's energy. That actually hits.
Oh.
Oh,
Yep.
sweet. Okay, so 3 damage.
Holy shit, look at this.
Nice. Okay, great.
Okay, scour along. Anything else?
That's all I can do.
Bone, what are you doing?
There's still one on him.
Yeah, I'm actually going to attack the one that is still attached to Briz.
Okay, go right ahead. This nanite long sword of yours.
Oh, do I do full attack or no?
You have to move over.
Okay.
No, you're within 5. You did move away, so you probably need to spend a move action to get over. You can't just step.
Okay.
Yeah, so and actually, there's not a step in this, a free step in this game. You have to spend a move action to step.
Yep.
You want to spend a Astonishing Fortune? That is a miss.
Yeah, sure. We only have
You guys are in the last
minutes
couple
left.
of minutes of the game.
Yeah.
Might as well.
Heck yeah. Come on.
There we go.
Oh,
It's gone.
look at this. Boom.
Oh, wow.
Do you manage to
Damn
connect with
hard.
it? Cracks go up and down this thing, and it screeches. Nick, what are you doing?
Gonna use my combat tracking from my exocortex, which allows me to target one of the creatures and kind of get a reading for it. It's supposed to give me a base attack bonus, but I don't have that. I don't know where to put that.
As a
So-
move action during combat, you can designate a foe for your exocortex to track, as long as the target's in sight. Telemetry. Okay, so yeah, we'll treat your roll as one higher. What you can
Yeah.
do is you can set up as a bonus that can be toggled on and off
Yeah.
as an ability.
Yeah.
But we'll do that just between now and next session. So yeah,
Sure.
is it the one that's on Briz or the one that's on the ground?
The one that's on the ground.
Okay, go ahead.
And I'm just gonna do. I'm not doing a full round attack because that's a multi-attack, right?
Yeah, multi-attack is a -4, 2 attacks.
No, I'll just do a.
And actually, I think you had to use a move action anyway, so
You have to use a move
solid
action,
hit.
Nice.
Blood and guts, or goo and guts, all spew out of the first one. Of course, it's the
Awesome.
one that was in the initiative order. Fucking Madison. All right. It was before Jill, so I do know that. All right.
Yeah, it was a 10.
Okay.
10.
So then it is this thing's turn. You currently have a KAC of 16, so there's that.
Correct.
It does have +2 to hit you because of its attached. So
Okay.
I need a 7 to hit you.
Ooh, okay.
No, I need a 9 because hold on, 16. No. I need an 11 to hit you.
Okay.
With the 2
a little
claws it's using now. Claw number 1 hits. Rakes along. You take only 4 points of damage. So that comes from your stamina.
Yeah.
Second one hits as well too.
Oh, man.
That's 9.
Holy crap.
Oh. Okay.
All right.
So I take the excess off my hit points, correct?
Yes, that's right. Yeah. Jill, your turn. What are you doing?
Moving up and hopefully flanking that thing with bone and cracking it with my baton.
Unfortunately, you can't get a flanking bonus because it's attached, but you still can attack it. So go ahead.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Baton is unfortunately not quite good enough. You have to pull back at the last second to avoid hitting Briz, so it's just not a solid hit.
Okay.
You want to spend astonishing fortune on that though?
I rolled a 13 and got a 15. I'd save it for somebody else who hits harder.
Okay. Druda.
So Druda is going to. She's gonna add a photon. I'll do that in a second.
Okay.
And then attack. Maybe I should full attack this thing. Attack twice. We'll see how full attack works.
Okay.
I know it's attached to him, but
Yep. Let's go right ahead.
So I'll put full attack. Yes.
Come on. Yeah.
One of them. Ah, no, that's bad.
Now spend any astonishing fortune left.
How much do we have left, guys?
2.
Two. So
Yeah,
you
use it.
you want to re-roll both of those?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like 2 minutes left.
Yeah,
Let's
do
just
it.
End it.
Do it. Do
Okay.
your full attack again.
All right.
Come on. One of them's got to hit.
Here we go. Come on.
No. Oh my goodness.
It's just like with Jill. It's so hard to
10
get
and
in on.
13. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Briz, what are you doing?
Okay, I'm going to attempt to throw it off me first as a move action.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Hopefully that went through. My roll 20 has gotten incredibly slow.
Can't
No.
get through.
So
You
I
spend
will
another move
use
to
my
try and
other-
get it off, or
correct.
You don't
Yeah.
have.
can't. Yeah.
There we go.
Throws you off. Much easier to hit now. It was
Okay.
getting a +4 armor class bonus when it was on him, by the by.
Yeah.
Bone, what are you doing?
He's gonna use his unstoppable nanite ability.
Yeah.
You said because it replaces my move, right? To do the penetrate,
to do the
to
boost?
charge it up. Yeah,
Yep.
boost it up, and then he's gonna attack this thing.
So there's like a. Well, you tell me. What I was picturing is that there's like a ridge or like a ripple that goes up your sword.
Yeah, exactly. I almost imagine like the nanites on the edge of the blade are like moving, so it's almost like a chainsaw effect, but it's like.
Love it. Okay, go ahead. Now you could also do a full attack, or do you want to make a single attack? This thing's
Does
quite banged up, so.
It gives you a penalty if you do a full attack.
A full attack is 2 attacks at -4 each.
Okay. No, I'll just do one.
Okay,
I just want to smash it.
go ahead.
Oh my goodness.
Do we have any astonishing fortune left?
No.
Oh.
So you swing at this thing. Unfortunately, it goes wide. Nick, it's up to you.
Okay. Well, as a move action, she'll retarget this one,
Okay.
and
So +1 to whatever your result is here. An 11. Oh, but it's so close. It breaks across this thing's hide. Now it is. Right, we've got 4 possible targets. Let's do this with this here. Oh. Oh, Jill, you're in there too. Shit. So it'll be the 4 melee. Jill, this thing turns and leaps on you.
No.
Yeah, success. So Jill has one of these things on him now. Jill, what are you doing?
Like, get off me, get off me. He tries to move action, throw it off him right at Judah.
Give a strength check.
Hi-yah!
No, it's almost off.
Just needed to get my strength. I'll try again.
Okay, second action.
No.
That one! Jill
got
staggers
me.
back and
It's
falls
got me.
prone. Oh, God, it's on me. Druda, what are you doing?
Well, she's going to go to level 3. I mean, I can kill this thing, but it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt, Zill. I kill
Do
it.
it!
Okay.
tough
Do
love.
it. I'm gonna
Don't let
do
it suck his
that.
brain.
I'm gonna unleash.
Gonna suck his brain.
I have drugs. It'll
I'm
be
gonna
fine.
unleash the photon force, and it's 2d6. You got it. It's a reflex save.
Oh, hold on. Can you click on the ability? Because you guys are all in close together.
Yeah, I'll try to position so I only hit him. It's like a 10-foot thing.
You could move a bit away, I guess, and do that.
Yeah.
Just click on the ability,
I'll
though.
move and then it's
What is this, like the end of Zill?
Yeah.
No, I can tank a 2d6 blast. It's fine.
Per solar, so it's 1d6 damage.
well, it's 1d6 fire plus 1d6 for each level.
Famous last words. I can take
No,
it. Don't
each
worry.
Solarian level, though. You're level 1.
Yeah.
1d6 damage
so it's
plus
2d6. Yeah,
fire.
2d6. You're right.
2d6,
Yeah. Okay.
So I get a reflex save, right?
You
So
get a
does the
reflex save.
critter.
Yeah.
I made my reflex save, actually.
If I can find it.
Oh, come on.
But it's only 2 damage, right?
Yeah.
So what's the check I need to make?
Reflex.
Well, with the DC.
Oh, yeah. It's a good question.
'Cause I think I failed it.
It's usually like 10 plus 1.5 level.
So it'd be like 11, probably.
Yeah, so I
11.
failed.
Yeah, I think 10 is a
It's
fail.
charisma based. It's like.
All right, so yeah, it is. Oh, so this thing is completely burned away by your solar ability.
You've got liquid goop all over me.
Okay,
And then that goes to 0.
then I will remove all turns, guys. With that thing going down,
Nice.
let me see if there's an event that we can leave on a cliffhanger. I know it's so unlike me.
Well, also,
Zill-
I shot it one more time
Yeah.
after it was dead.
Okay, so you staggered over, injured, and then
Zill's
what you guys,
gonna-
I do, what you guys hear is once again comes back in. The mic's cut back in. You can hear Major Jalamarak's voice saying, "I repeat, all squadrons form up on Interregion Highway 12. Brnoa is being fully evacuated, and we have to defend civilians while." The same interference from earlier prevents you from reaching him or anyone else. You are 2 hours away from Camp Cavalier in the city of Brnoa. Dawn is coming, and we bring our first session to a close. Guys, we're awarding XP in this game.
Ooh.
So,
Uh-oh.
that means... Uh-oh. It's not going to be negative amounts. All right. So, you got 5 players today, which means each of you... Guys, divided by 5. Each of you guys is earning today a whopping 80 XP.
Ding.
You did nothing.
How far is first level? 1,000 experience?
I think
300?
it's 1,000.
1,000 maybe?
Yeah.
1,000. God, we gotta kill how
1,300.
many of these things?
1,300.
We need to
1300.
flash bomb a pile of these things.
Where does it tell you the 1,300 number?
Page 26.
Okay. So with that, guys, we conclude our first character creation session and our first adventure in the Fate of the Fifth. Guys, welcome to Suskalon. I look forward to spending many Friday nights with you. So awesome. For those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for our first day in service in the SDF. As is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, the characters, the campaign, or the game we're playing, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section of the video, and I'll endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. In addition, you can find a link down below to the Dungeon Musings Discord server, where all of us are active. We have channels dedicated to this game, every other game we run on the channel, as well as a bunch of other great channels like Finding a Group, like, you know, discussing different games, virtual tabletops, getting your streaming setup set up, and things like that. Lots of great people, lots of great conversation. You are more than welcome to join us over there. I would normally plug our charity initiative, which is the Heroes Save Villages campaign, but I still don't have that set up yet. I'm going to get that done this weekend because I keep procrastinating. But I will say a huge thank you to Jeffrey, George, Dave, Carl, and John. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys, and for creating such very cool dusters to take up arms against the swarm. For those listening at home, we hope we gave you a few hours to take your mind off of the troubles of our world and think about the troubles that our heroes on Suskalon have been getting up to. We'll be back again on the surface of Suskalon to take up arms against the swarm and try and fight off the attack in 1 week's time. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, Happy New Year, and happy gaming.
See ya.